Hello. How goes? Alrighty, I'm up against Martin to start. Hell yeah. So, I got some fun stuff today. I'm gonna be playing dragons. Dragons every single match. So, that should be fun. Let's have some messages to go through, and then we can begin. Factions that have dragons. Wood elves, dark elves, high elves, of course. Are there other factions with dragons though? Vampire counts. They got dragons. Get some dragon lords going. We have wyverns and not dragons. Grand Cathay. Lots of stuff. The dragon, yeah. Imric would be proud. Alright. So, yeah, should be fun. So, let's go ahead and do our picks and bans with Martin. Let me just do that. And then we can get underway. Does anyone else know what other factions have dragons though? Yeah, Cathay has dragons. Do toad dragons count? I guess. You want me to play the Nurgs? Yeah, Grand Cathay can only take one dragon. As long as the build has one dragon though, I think we're good. That's all I really want. Alright, what's Martin gonna pick? Are Terrorgeist dragons? They're more geese, you know? I don't know if they actually count. No fairy dragons? The changeling? Is a changeling dragon? Dragon ogres? I'm willing to accept dragon ogres as an option. Alright, so Martin's first faction is the Beastmen. I'll go Warriors of Chaos. We're on Edge of the Darkwood, which is a massive map. Let's see here. I think High Elves are pretty good, right? If it's a ginormous map, sure. First Beastman. Yeah. Changeling is one of the Cathay Lords. Alright, yeah, I guess by technicality. Or Kolek. Technically Elspeth. Oh, true. True, Elspeth does have a laser beam dragon. Maybe I do want to play Empire. Terrorgeist is a dragon with dragon breath. Let me see. Where the goose at? Where the goose at? Deathstreak Terrorgeist. It's called Deathstreak. It's not dragon breath, bro. I don't see no dragon in there. Oh god. Alright, so Martin also has Slaanesh. Slaanesh and Beastmen on the giant map. Kind of terrifying. Might still want to play Wood Elves though. Do I want to go for the Elspeth? Probably not. Sure, let's do this. No Toad Dragon today. And Demons of Chaos. What a mad lad. Okay. So Warriors of Chaos, High Elves, Wood Elves, or Beastmen, Slaanesh, and Demons of Chaos. Okay. Sure. You looking forward to today's shenanigans? I think you know, being able to counterpick will be really fun instead of going mono faction all the time. I just kind of need a theme, right? Like we go for dragons or you know, whatever cool unit you guys want to see. Maybe I do a soul grinder only day. That could be fun. Dragonkin. I think it needs to have dragon in the name. Or otherwise just be a dragon. He bans Demons of Chaos and Wood Elves. Makes a lot of sense. Do you want to play anything versus Slaanesh? Bro, Slaanesh is such a menace, but no one plays them, right? Honestly, I'll play Chaos versus most anything here. Let's just get rid of the obvious ones like High Elves versus Slanesh. That seems terrible. Let's get rid of... I can just get rid of Chaos versus Slanesh and just play versus Demons of Chaos. Sure. Easy peasy. You refuse to accept the results of this tournament unless there's a meeting between Miao Ying and Imric. Oh man. That would be so perfect. I do have High Elves. Maybe we play Imric. If I'm playing High Elves, I kind of have to take Imric, right? To start off the day. Alright. Here we go. What else do we have? Oh, they banned all the Wood Elf matchups. Okay. So I can force Beastmen or I can force Demons of Chaos. Yeah, I think I just get rid of the two Beastmen and it's... Actually, I can get rid of Chaos and I play High Elves versus Beastmen or Chaos. No, High Elves versus Beastmen or High Elves versus Demons. That's perfect. Because then I am guaranteed to run the Imric. Behold! Get the lances ready. I can run Dragon Princes. Yes, I will definitely need heals, for sure. Absolutely. We got a Lore of Life, spam it up. Question is though, what's Martin gonna play? Are we gonna face the Beastmen? Or the High Elves? I guess we'll see. Dragon Princess has dragon in the name, yeah. Yeah, as long as my build... as long as my builds have at least one dragon, I am happy. But I will always attempt to get more than one. So Imric on his big boy is very obvious. Lord of Dragons, that ability has dragon in the name. Dragonhorn also has dragon in the name. Good luck, and thank you, Baron of the Red. What other dragon-related shenanigans can we do here? I think Dragon Princes are just fun. We've been seeing a bit of resurgence of them. And with healing, they don't die to Buna, which is kind of perfect. Martin's deciding between Demons of Chaos or Beastmen. Should be fun. Very good. Blood Dragon Lord on a zombie dragon count? Yeah. Undead dragons for the win. And it's going to be versus Beastmen. Hell yeah. So, Beastmen, how chumpy are we talking here? You guys think they're mega chumpy? You think they're super annoying to deal with? Personally, I think Beastmen fall into the chumptastic tier. I think they're going to get wrecked. Do I need the dragon horn? It makes me cause fear, but I'm dragon maxing. I don't know if that's actually useful or not. Alright, there we go. Just more managing. But yeah, Beastmen pretty jumpy. They're also bad versus Oceanids. That's always very fun. So, could be good. Can we do a chariot, what's this? Chariot stream? You want me to make chariots? Oh yeah. Honestly, a chariot spamming stream could be fun. The easiest way to start is with Grom the Paunch, as there and other SE chariots, because it's just very reliable. So maybe I do something there. Yo, how do I want to kill the Beastmen today? Spending my monies is, as usual, kind of difficult. I guess I don't need to start with the caster, do I? That's a wild concept. But yeah, I can start without the caster. Oh, this is perfect. It's also disgusting, by the way. This build is actually filthy. Are you kidding me? Is this actually the build I want to go for? It's kind of jokes. You know what? Sure. Sure, it's basically a perfect spend too. Oh boy. Are you ready for dragon? Alright, there we go. I think that's the end of my messaging. Here we go. Dragon. So, here's the play. Here's the play. We're just gonna do some classic opponent abuse. Ready? Good luck, have fun. We got 6 units. I have a Mage of Life, lots of healing. We have 9 breath attacks. That's enough to kill 9 units of infantry. And we also have the Sky Cutters for the maximum air force devastation. This should be good. I have to be super aggressive. Otherwise, I'll just lose on capture points. This map is very capture point and mobility dependent. So if I don't do this right, we're just dead. But it'll be good, because it means we'll get to see some very aggressive dragon play. I need to convert this HP into value as fast as humanly possible. Don't you have to land one? No. I have 1 ground unit. Yeah, they're going to be capturing for a while. I'll get another Reaver Archer, and then I can consider some Life Mages or something. You have the mobility on lock. It's pretty good. Sun Dragons have 100 speed, which is actually really fast. Imric only has 85. But they're technically faster than the Sky Cutters. So I look forward to this. Over yonder, we can see there's a Mage of... You ain't got no magic that can do anything about this. So that's pretty good. Let's see here. Yeah, let's turn off Fire at Will. Let's get another Skirm in here. There you go. I'm gonna leave them on skirmish mode, actually. And the plan is simple. Just start bullying. This guy cannot kill the Sky Cutters. Not in the slightest. He's booking it. We got the fear. We got the fear in him. But he doesn't fear the Sky Cutters enough. They're going to do pretty good versus a little bit of infantry here. We're gonna see there are indeed some Ungors. Just a couple Ungors. Not a very big deal. Unfortunately for them, Sky Cutters are very good versus infantry. So already we've devastated his front line. We are bullying the units in the trees. Oh my gosh, bro. Dude, Sky Cutters, man. With only infantry, they get the work done. That's already a pretty decent amount of damage. But we're gonna need a little bit more. A couple free pot shots over here. We've already routed off one of those units. That's good. And then now what? Do I just camp as Lord? I think we just camp as Lord. Just gonna chuck out a Melkoth. That's not a big deal. Whoop, a little bit of lag, but we're good. Yeah, we have a life mage. They're just in reserve is all. But yeah, this Imric and Dragon crew will definitely be able to crush a couple Ungor. That's absolutely no problem. And then what we can do here is we can bring in the archers, the Reaver archers, to help mop up the floor here. See, there you go. There's a little bit of a terror route. It's all about being aggressive. It's all about trading as fast as you possibly can. I'm buying space here for my chariots using my skirms. That's a very nice strategy. And that's going to net me a free little Ungor Spearman pick over here. Don't want the Skycutters losing any entity, so I will be getting the heal off very soon. But yeah, as long as they kind of keep pummeling, we'll be nice and dandy. There you go. That's another fairly nice charge. It's a good route. And our caster has arrived. So, big question now. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna push me? What do you plan, good sir? Jeez, that breath attack. Holy moly. Well, yeah, I guess we're just gonna start breath attacking. As we all know, well-positioned breath attacks can absolutely devastate armies. A couple Zongors over here. Definitely not a problem. We're just gonna chuck a good old breath attack over there. And then we're gonna start landing. Then we're gonna start bullying with the dragon crew. In the meantime, the archers can continue to be a big old pain in the butt. This is most definitely going to be a very solid route over here. And then the question is, how do you fight this? How do you even fight this? Beastmen, they send in one of their units to try and contest. They'll be doing the best. But the heals are good. I think I actually want to fight these Centaurs because I have all this support here. Yeah, even with the Reavers. Oh, these ones, though, could be a little bit of a menace if a mage does get caught. And of course, time is of the essence. I do have to actually capture the points at a decent pace. But so far, so good. The breath attacks are just absolutely devastating. We actually got our Sky Cutters on these boys. Just get a breath attack down the length of the Korngors. And then hopefully these guys don't take too much damage. One of them is already getting a little worked on. I think I'll just heal it up. That should do pretty well. A little bit of a Melkoth, not a big deal. Oh, but he is capturing one of my points. That's okay though. Overall, the damage is still very good. I still have many a breath attack. And I'm just going to slowly build up my forces. As long as I don't lose this point, we are fairly in the clear. There are a couple Minotaurs, but I don't think that's a big problem. Let's actually get the Sky Cutters over here. Very nice. I'll chase off them. And the Sky Cutters, you just need to start camping some of these guys. We're still going to need to make use of all these here breath attacks too. I will say it is there's a little bit of sketchiness when it comes to this. Because you do have quite the timer. If you're not careful, things can go south very quickly. Can I kill off the Korngors though? Well, we can definitely get free value on those archers. That's very nice. The Sky Cutters too. Very good again, the uptrade going. We'll have to be a little careful though. Can I route off these Korngors with a bit of a sandwich though? I need to route them before they go down to half HP. There you go, there's the terror route. Can I get them to full route though? Come on, it's close. They are very expensive. And it seems like... Oh, yes! Okay, perfect, perfect. So that's going to save me a lot of trouble. Now their passive is triggered, but they're already running for the hills. So realistically, all I gotta do now is just kill off a couple Minotaurs. And then life is good. I still have yet more breath attacks underway. And then I just have to choose between killing the archers or the infantry. I think infantry makes the most sense. Woo! Crazy damage. Yeah, I think infantry makes the most sense. They're fairly easy to bully. And yeah, he's just gonna tap out. He doesn't want to suffer through it. Nice. Very nice. It's a 1... Ooh, 4-7. GG! Honestly, I think he might have been able to hold a little bit longer. I still had to go for the big push. But yeah, 7 losses. Huzzah! Yeah, after 9 breath attacks, that's like half of the army just completely melted. Dragons are still super high HP. I still had all the sky cutters. Very nice. And next up, it's Halidin. Oh, yo. How'd Emmerich do? Pretty good. At some point, I could have tried going for the Lord Snipe, too. There were a couple Minotaurs that I had to kill. But, like, yeah, losing the Corn Gores was super rough. They were about to get just cav swarmed. It's very likely we could have won. But I've seen people scrap it back from worse. Overall, geez, though. The loss ratio. The loss ratio is insane. Alright, nice. Gonna have to kick you, Martin. Nothing against you. I just need to get to my opponent. And do they have a single faction? It's Dwarves! Alright, and what's the map? Proving Grounds. Alright. I'll go Vampire Counts, Dark Elves, and... do I go Nurgle? And Nurgle for the Toad Dragon? Honestly, I think people would like that. Vampire Counts, Dark Elves, and Nurgle. What you gonna do, Halidin? They're playing Dwarves. Map is kind of weird. A Toad Dragon would certainly be something. To see a High Elf main now? No, we're counterpicking. There's lots of factions with dragons. Capture's a bit questionable. It's beautiful. Yeah, I was a little slow at the capture. I could have been farming with the dragons a lot better. Yeah, the High Elf Tyrannok Chariot meta. The Tyrannok Chariots are better than the Sky Cutters. Except in melee. In melee, they're hot garbage, but... they do have double the ammo, man. They do have double the ammo. I think Tyrannok... the thing is, Tyrannok Chariots, they get outclassed by Reaver Archers, right? These guys they just have way more utility. So it's kind of cold. Ugh. Getting my wizard fit back on. Can you play Bretonnia because the item description of Felix's sword uses the word dragon? Yes, but then I would have to take Felix and that item, which is actually mega garbage. I don't know if I want to do that. He wants to face Nurgle. Aw, hell yeah. Are you guys ready? You guys ready for the Nurgle? What's the worst dragon in competitive? I'm about to run it. Just kidding. I think dragon ogres are probably the worst if we're going very tangential dragons. You can gold chevron the Tyrannok Chariots. Ah, yes. Throwing money at the problem. It solves everything but the money efficiency issue. It would be cool, though, to see, you know... they should make it where you're allowed to just fully gold chevron. Like a few units. For free. Or you should have a gold pool that you are allowed to spend on chevroning and chevroning alone. And then people would actually explore the chevron meta for once. Black dragons are pretty hype. Forest dragons, yeah. They really don't see a lot of play. Maybe even less in dragon ogres, but I don't think we see either very much. Toad Dragon should be cool though. It's a big chunky dude. They can just romp into the dwarven lines and then maybe die to a million slayers. So we'll have to see if the unit actually cooks or not. Forsaken, by the way, are pretty good here. And I probably just want to caster. You probably just want a little bit of magic to keep your big guy alive. I think that makes the most sense. Dragon Ogres are kind of sucky. They are. They are kind of sucky. You'd be very correct. Regiment of Renown is kind of like spending extra gold on chevrons with some units. It's surprising how cost efficient RORs are though. There's a lot of Regiments of Renown that are cheaper than the gold chevron version of the unit, and it comes with an extra ability. The value's through the roof. Also, Stream of Corruption is pretty good here. I should definitely run that. Does anyone know if Marauders of Nurgle are good? Someone said the other day that Marauders of Nurgle could actually cook. Maybe I'll take a one of, just to give him a shot. Maybe even give him 2 chevrons because I have the extra money. If you can't tell, I'm slightly skeptical about the whole Marauders of Nurgle situation, but you never know. Maybe there's like... You do want a couple throwing axes and furies, by the way, just in case you face the full Dowie Air Force. Because we're running a Toad Dragon, I cannot afford a Noxbringer, which would be the better option. Noxbringer is, I believe, just an objectively better Toad Dragon. Because instead of 3 breath attacks, it has 15 shots. And its melee stats are actually better than the Toad Dragon. The only downside is it has less HP. Which I guess matters. I guess it matters. Let's see, what else do I want here? If I'm playing versus Dwarves... The Chosen of Nurgle Great Weapons. The true bunker box breakers. I will say, I was pretty impressed with them last time. If we run into a build that can't deal with Chosen Great Weapons, like... I could see them holding a point for effectively forever. And then, yeah, they just run like a chariot. Maybe I run the Exalted Hero instead of a chariot. They can be quite nice. Sure, alright, I have a build. It has like double the armor. Shh, Toad Dragon is height. I think chariots are slept on. You have to have great micro, which I don't, but he does. I don't have great chariot micro. It's the one unit type I'm not the best at. I think in terms of chariot potential, it could be like, I think I can squeeze twice as much value out of my chariots if I was actually good at babysitting them. But I like microing all my other units so much more that the chariots tend to just sit there, slowly wasting away while being ignored. Reminds you of a certain Twitch chat. Okay, no, we are caught up with Twitch chat, thank goodness. But yeah. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Chosen doesn't sound very dragon-y. They're not, but the Toad Dragon will suffice. They made Emmerich look a little weird. I think a lot of the in-game models are not the best, especially some of the older ones. The classic is Aranessa. Aranessa, you know, not the greatest, although not terrible. If you want to see someone that they did real dirty, you look at Castalton, man. Castalton is, compared to his intro cinematic, the guy in game is just a completely different person. I don't even know how to describe him, man. The patchy hair, just everything about him. The eyes, the wild eyes. But his intro cinematic is like how he should be looking. Majestic, long, flowing hair. But, yeah, I think that's just It's just the nature of the game. We are seeing the Royal Dowie Air Force. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so the way you deal with this is you gotta get Furies, but you gotta not throw them away. If you chuck your Furies away, you're kind of screwed. Fun fact about the Toad Dragon, though, it can actually tank the Gyro Bombers fairly well. And what I need to do is I gotta get the Furies, but I need to just use them to ward away the Gyrocopters. If I actually commit to a fight, life can go very badly. Now, he's gonna spend a few shots firing at the Toad Dragon. That's actually fine for me. The Toad Dragon kind of walks around a little bit. You can dodge a couple hits. Just gonna juke with the Furies. And we're here just to damage mitigate while I enjoy the capture points. I have no intention of actually attacking. Not until we've gotten a big enough air force. And all this is specifically so that they don't bomb drop me. Once the bombs start dropping, that's when we are in trouble. Because it can just blitz my infantry. So the Furies are just here to delay that. You can see there actually is a bombing run coming in. So we're gonna have to actually push with the Furies a little bit. But still, we don't wanna actually push up into our deaths here. This kind of game is all about slowing down the value trade as much as you possibly can. And as you can see, the Furies are pretty decent at that. You know, there's no easy bomb drops coming on in. My Lord is still fine. The Toad Dragon's doing okay. Just gonna go for another little bit of a charge here while he's advancing. And mayhaps we actually catch one Gyrocopter. These Furies do have poison, which slows them down to a mighty 77 speed. Actually, really nasty. I guess Furies are kind of sick here for that. Oh my gosh, wait, are Furies the natural predator to Dwarven Gyrocopters? Dodge it! Hey, nice. Crisis averted. So one Gyro Bomber is already getting beat up pretty bad. Furies have landed. These ones are just trying to catch the Gyro Bomber. We got it to route. Can I line of sight it with the Thunder Barge? Unfortunately, one Fury is probably gonna die. But maybe we can actually push the point. If I can catch these range units, it's still pretty good for me, actually. Police are coming. Pretty standard. But alright, yeah, if I just chase off this Gyro Bomber, we're good. We're good. Yeah, there they go. It's actually already landed too, which is doubly bad for it. Very nice. They're just going to dive away from the good old bombs over there. And then I should be able to go for a pretty big charge like so. Very nice. And then we're just going to try and swarm this little ground core here. And get him killed. The Toad Dragon especially should be quite good here. I think one breath attack has very high potential to just murder everything. There we goes. And pretty good. Not too much friendly fire either. Impressive. So that's pretty nice. We're gonna get one of the Grim Delvers routed off. One Gyrocopter is off the battlefield. And overall, the Dwarves looking pretty roughed up so far. It ain't over just yet. We're gonna need more Furies, of course. Lord will need to pop a heal very soon. But I think we can start tangoing with this Gyro Bomber. Or not Gyro Bomber, Thunder Barge. It doesn't have a lot of support, and I have a lot of Furies I can chuck at it. I just have to be careful not to send units in one at a time, but if we do that, we're okay. This heal should be pretty good, by the way. As we are exquisitely blobbed. And then with a couple axe throwers, I think the dwarves are dead. I believe they are dead. Nurgle supremacy reigns. Toad Dragon maybe did something. Maybe it did something, I don't know. We can pretend it was there for this battle and totally important. Did I just pun? Oh god, I want to puke. But is that a good thing? I am playing Nurgle. It's like a snail and turtle racing. Nurgle is, you know, a lot of people say Nurgle is not a fast faction. Their Forsaken are 46 speed. Their Pestigores are 42, man. Nurgle is actually one of the faster factions as long as you take the right units. Now, they're not like lightning fast, all right? They ain't no Slanesh, but I think, you know, they're not given enough credit for their speed, okay? Nurgle can move. Also, the Toad Dragon getting the heal is so good. We're gonna send it on as Lord now. Typically, Dwarven Lords are very hard to kill. Toad Dragon is gonna make that very different indeed. And the Thunder Barge has a lot of value. Not enough, though. Because the rest of the army is gonna do much worse with it around. Now, is the Toad Dragon gonna do okay? Oh my gosh, I can't click the Lord. There we go. Does the Thunder Barge do friendly fire? Does it damage my guys when it lands? I can't tell. Whatever, it's fine. Dwarves are just hard triple cap. Gyrocopter's gone, man. Ain't nothing left. And now we farm the value on this bad boy. Get him, Toad Dragon. I believe. Yo, another gyro bomber. How many times do I have to tell you this, old man? There is no escape. He's gonna try running away, but then the poison is gonna get him. Yeah, there's the curse of the slug, man. Furies are too fast. You're about to get slowed down to nothing. Curse of the slug plus poison. The wombo combo. Yep, 36 speed. When your Pestigores, when your infantry is faster than the Dwarven gyro bombers, you know you've done well. See if they can actually get some hits in while moving, though. I don't know if that's possible. Ah, they landed. I see. Should still be good, though. Are we going to see a summon here? Yep. That's why you disengage. Oh, it's just Slayers. Wait, no. They're not the gun Slayers, the normal Slayers. So I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna camp them. What are you gonna do? Your Slayers can't fly, man. So how's the Toad Dragon value? Hey, look at that. Toad Dragon cooked. Between the breath attack and the Lord kill, Toad Dragon actually did not bad. Love to see it. I'm just gonna sack this one Fury. They're on death's bed anyways, and maybe they can get a bit of damage on the gyrocopters. He actually, did he take back up into the air? What a mad lad. Isn't that just gonna let you die to the Furies? Seems like a terrible idea to me. I guess it's time to get that one chosen unit I was talking about. But no. My opponent taps out before the end of the battle, because obviously they were super army wiped. Hilidin, you did well, but the Toad Dragon got almost as much damage as the Thunder Barge. Value, man. Mega value. I know, it's a Toad Dragon with real value. And we're up against Evergarden next. Oh boy, alright. That's chosen, people. My nemesis. They beat me in a best of 3 in a tournament recently. They are quite terrifying. I will need to lock in for them. They are a scarier opponent than Charix nowadays. Okay, the map is on the cave map. It's fine. Skondir's cave. Okay, I can play Chaos still, right? Yeah, I can still play I can play Chaos. All right, here we go. I need to play factions with dragons. First pick is Slanesh. What a menace. Well, let's see here. Vampire Coast has Terrorgeist. They're not technically dragons. Grand Cathay versus Slanesh is fine, but on a map this big, it is not a good idea. I think I basically have to go the mobility strat. So I think Warriors of Chaos is a given. What other dragons do we have? Okay, Wood Elves have dragons. Charik's been slacking off. No, Chosen's just insane. They beat me and Charix. And I think they can do it consistently. Though it's 3-2 in a best of 5. So it's not like they are impossible to beat, just very scary indeed. Do I want to play High Elves into this? Do I? Guess High Elves is not bad. Chaos, Wood Elves, and High Elves. It's a decent lineup. A lot of teeth to it. Sure. Sure. Let's see what their last faction is. I'm telling you guys right now, though, this guy is scary. I think I can still beat him with the dragon, though. This is a best of one. And Ogres. I see. Okay. Ogres, Beastmen, Slaanesh versus Chaos, Wood Elves, and High Elves. Let's do it. Norsca Chaos Dragons. Oh, they do have Frost Worms, yes. Those are dragons. You can't say they are not dragons. So, I could play Norsca. Obviously, I'd have to take a Frost Worm, which weakens me significantly, but it's not the end of the world. Alright. So they banned High Elves versus Beastmen. Makes a lot of sense. Do I want to play versus Slaanesh? Slaanesh, if played well, is absolutely terrifying. But not impossible to defeat, just absolutely terrifying. They have that crazy mobility. If I ban all the Slaanesh matchups, though, then I'm left with what? Some Beastmen, some Ogres. I guess that's not the worst. Sure, let's just ban out the Slaanesh first. Do greenskins get dragons? They get wyverns. That's like going Noblars and claiming you're playing Black Orcs. Dang. What a comparison. Can you even take the wyvern in multiplayer? You can now. They updated it. They banned Wood Elves versus Beastmen. Interesting. And High Elves versus Ogres. Also interesting. Well, I can play Chaos versus Ogres. Okay, you know what? Chaos versus Beastmen or Wood Elves versus Ogres. I think both are decent. How's it going? Pretty good. We're up against Chosen, who has a pretty good track record against me. This always happens, man. These new players, they come out of the woodworks. They beat your face in, you learn how to beat them, and then another new player comes up. It was Charks at first, then Danican, and now it's Chosen. What menaces. So this is a matchup that they beat me in actually like 2 days ago. They did very well, Chosen. I did misplay though. He managed to Buna one of my Way Watchers, and he used a spell amplification on it so that the Way Watcher would completely die. That was bad. That was very bad. We shall not let that happen again. And then life will be good. Just don't get into Buna range of with your Way Watchers. It's actually that simple. Who would have guessed? Not me, that's for sure. So let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna do some of this. Very nice. And then magic wise, probably just this. Do I need anything else? Not really. It's just pretty solid magic. I'll take it. Chinese dragons are still dragons. Yeah, they're just dragons. We're good. Okay, I have a build. This is a very okay build. Ogres are nasty, man. Dude, ogres such a pain. You ever play what? Baldur's Gate 1? Is that what you mean? Tolkien argued there were only 2 dragons in media. It's like based on the legs, right? Do they have 4 legs and wings? Or 2 legs and wings? Right? Can they stand like a horse with the wings out? or are they more like chicken? If it's chicken shaped, it's typically a wyvern. At least that's how I remember being taught. Let's see here. Ah, yes. I wanted to make an adjustment to this build. Because last time, this guy kind of dumpster-renoed my face. I think with this adjustment, though, it should be pretty good versus Ogres. We'll give it a shot. Chosen's nasty, but if it's a matchup that I am comfortable in, that I know how to play well, I can still beat them. It's actually really weird, my matches against Chosen. I also have to be very wary of their ability to dodge. So good at dodging. Iron Drake count as a dragon unit. It doesn't have dragon in it though, it's a drake. But what is a drake? Is that just a baby dragon? Yeah, it's Chosen. Chosen's so nasty, man. They are crazy good. Probably one of the best micro players in the community. I did beat them in the best of 3 before, though, where it counted in a very big tournament. But alright, it looks like it's going to be a bunch of Noblar spam. Very typical. We're going to see if we can catch some free units at the very beginning. Good luck, have fun. I got my Doom Bolt. This is to make sure the Lord doesn't come out of nowhere and beat me up. And then what we're going to do is just capture the points at the very beginning. Maybe get a free pot shot. And then once the army is so battered and bruised that they can no longer rush me, I bring in the Glade Guard to finish off any spare Noblars. I lost against them in my best of 3 because I did not have the Glade Guard and I was focused purely on the kite. That kind of screwed me over. Now we're going to show our hand a little bit here by capturing this point. It shows where my skirmishers are. That is fine for me though. We don't really have to worry about that too much. I'm going to go ahead and capture the far points. And then I just got to get the kite started. Thankfully for me, this is a nice big map. Very good for line of sight in general. I just have to be a little careful about these here lead belchers. Lead belchers can be nasty. I'm going to see a little bit of a maneuver here. Okay, these ones are not in range, so I should be able to take a pot shot at the Noblars. We're going to see a dodge. Partial dodge. Oh, pretty good dodge, actually, dang. Very nice. Very nice. Look at this guy. Tell this guy micros. Those Noblars over there, though, are going to get beat up. And I just got to keep the pressure up. We re-stealthed. So now my way watchers, they cannot be seen. And then as soon as these lead belchers, whoop, they're gonna try pulling away. We're gonna get a volley. Gonna get another volley. I staggered the volleys because I knew there was gonna be a dodge. And that should get a decent amount of damage. At least in theory. Though the return volley from the lead belchers was kind of painful. Gonna see if we can finish the job here with a couple more shots. Those ones land pretty well. And now we're on the run. Overall, an okay start. We're kind of just trading out right now. Nothing too crazy. These here Noblars are very annoying. So we're just gonna give them a little fadeaway kite volley. And then maybe we'll be able to skedaddle out of here. Though it's certainly a little scary. I've already taken a lot of damage on my skirms, which I don't like. One of these lead belches is actually still online and operational. They're running around, causing mischief. But in this position, I think we can summon in the ranged, because we're not getting rushed, which is the most important thing. I can also go in for the Doom Bolt on the Lord. Gonna catch some trappers here, mayhaps. Very nice. And we're just gonna play the points. Play the points, take it slow, make it happen. Trappers are really booking it. There you go. Lord took a little bit of damage. Nothing too crazy, though. Gonna need to push up into these lead belchers a little bit, too, to get the good shot. Hopefully this can get enough deeps in. Very nice shot. Very nice shot. Wow, okay. Well, that works out pretty well for us, then. That's a good amount of deeps. And we're just gonna keep pulling back. No need to overcommit to any of these situations. We're just here to slowly wear down this army. That's it. It's a slow burn. Takes a hot second. And obviously the lead belchers can do a lot of damage too. And look at this. Fairly nice trade over here on the far side. Couple dual weapons. Taking a bit of deeps. I still have a double cat, which is good. And these here basic archers are going to be super annoying. At least I presume. For my opponent. Just get another volley over there. Just gonna keep running away with the dryads into the trees where they're a little bit harder to kill. Very nice. And then maybe if I'm lucky I can get another big shot on these lead belchers. You can see how painful they are though. They can do so much damage, man. Okay, so that's just more trappers. We definitely want to charge them down. You can see a pull away of the lead belchers. So I'm just gonna settle for some Noblars instead. We're just gonna give up this point. I'm not beholden to it. We'll be fine giving it up. I just need a couple more archers here. Dang, that's a lot of bulls though. That's a lot of bulls. Well, hopefully we can kill off the trappers on this far end. Cavalry kind of need to relocate too. It's a little nasty. And this caster is super annoying. He has some nasty, nasty items that he can chuck out at me. Should be able to kill off the trappers at least, though. In the meantime, we'll just keep playing it safe with these boys. Where'd the Lord go, though? Not sure where the Lord went. Ah, he's over here trying to support the forces. I'm gonna go in for another Doom Bolt, though. Alright, hopefully we rout off these trappers, otherwise I'm losing a bunch of stuff here. Looks like we do get a little bit of a rout. But it's gonna be a little bit of a nasty trade, I'd say. Oh, jeez, those lead belches are really on me. Yeah, it's just gonna be a little bit of a trade. Honestly, I don't know how this is going to go. Seems kind of sketchy. I wonder if we're gonna see the lead belchers overextend, though. One of them's still pushing up, which is really good for me. If they're not looking, there's a high potential here for a little bit of work to be done with the Way Watchers. There you go. One of the lead belch is taking a lot of damage. If we focus fire this one, maybe we can get a bit of a rout. Maybe we can catch a few bulls over here. Very nice. Hey, okay, alright. Not the worst, not the worst. And we still have a capture point on the far side that a Noblar should not be able to secure. I did lose out on the Dryads, though. I think that's my one regret. But killing off the lead belchers, very good for us. Because they are definitely like a centerpiece kind of unit here. Right? They are required for this build to be able to work. So by deleting them here and now, that puts the Ogres in a very awkward position. Should be able to get pretty decent volley over there. We'll see if we can catch these here lead belchers. Don't know if my guys will get slowed into oblivion. That's much we will have to see. Get them. Okay, they do complete the charge. Thank goodness. Couple blood vultures. Not the biggest issue in the world. Nice. And we do manage to get that sweet, sweet route on the lead belchers. So we can finally pull back. Let's chuck out a slow on the Noblars. And then just start getting a few free pot shots. This far side engagement's kind of sus with that Ogre Bull arriving. But I think we're still doing okay. Here comes a big rush though, right? So typically, once it starts getting spicy and the rush comes in. Oh yeah, I forgot to take dragons. I was so worked up trying to beat Chosen, I forgot to take dragons. Okay, that was kind of a my bad. I don't think I can beat him even with my normal build, though. It would have been interesting to see how the Sisters of Twilight would do, though. I do wonder. Oh, crap, dude. The jump on the archers, though. Suddenly, they're all on top of me. I can slow them down, though, and just retreat with my boys. I do have some of this. I do have another Doom Bolt very soon. You have some speed buffing. Oh, but there's the Buna. Buna has landed. Can we get some sick plays? Nah, I think we're dying. Dang, man. Yo, I can, I've been able to win this matchup against, like, a bunch of other players before. But Chosen plays this one so cleanly, man. Oh, man, yeah, I think he's got me. The Weight Watchers are very good if you kind of overextend in your push, but the Lead Belchers played very safe. Did you well played? Dang. I lost because I didn't run dragons. That's the real problem. That's the real problem. Oof. Fast Winston Doom. Yeah, not a single dragon to be seen. My bad. My bad. I got what was coming for me. Dang, what a spicy play, though. So, if I wanted to win this, I'd have to really find a way to shut down the Lead Belchers. Yo, yo! Alright, we're up against Mr. Razak next. Yeah, the Weight Watchers can be really good, but if your opponent's on point enough, it's just not enough, especially when it's triple Lead Belcher. If it's only 2, maybe you can make it work a little bit. I did like having a couple archers, though. But, yeah, we're gonna have to adjust. Mr. Razak's next, though. And their faction is Norsca. Okay, nice. My 3 factions. It's gonna be Wood Elves, Dark Elves, and, let's see, our faction with the dragon. And this time we will be running a dragon. Wood Elves, Dark Elves, and you know what? Vampire counts. Max Dragons with Max Dragon Princes. We were close with that, with the Imric. Alright, one Putrefying Carcass. Let's do this. I keep forgetting to update the win-loss count. It's hard. There's a million messages. There you go. And he wants to play Dark Elves. Okay. Here. This time, people, you're gonna get the dragon. They're playing Norsca. Alright. Let it be known that I am going to run Rakarth. Beast Tamer. The Master Beast Tamer. Rakarth is kind of funny. Because Rakarth can remove terror and fear. Which means technically, Rakarth can terror out a Dreadmaw. Is that good? That has to be good, right? I think everyone wants to terror out a Dreadmaw. That sounds exquisite. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Interesting. I guess I should run 2 dragons. You can run 2 dragons as Dark Elves. So, I think Dreadmaw is fairly likely. I don't want to waste my time hunting it down. It's just so good at burrowing. Is there a way to silence, though? Do the Dark Elves have the ability to silence? Because with 2 dragons, if I can silence a thing, then I can 100% kill it. 3 dragons? How do you get the 3rd dragon? Hydras are not dragons, by the way. I could do... You know, honestly, Medusa maxing is also jokes here. Hydras are dragons that can't fly. That sounds like not a dragon to me. That sounds like a whole load of not dragon. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know if there's a silence. Oh, there is a rampage though. You know he loves Hydras. There is a rampage. Isn't that only on Hellebron though? So I don't know if that's perfect. I could just go Scourge Runners. Scourge Runners, but then we gotta deal with Bearmen up the wazoo. Alternatively, I do take the Medusa. What if I just take the Medusa? Medusa double dragon? Medusa double dragon kite? Is kind of jokes. And then what's he gonna do? How does he even stop that? That's just insane, right? 6 dragons if you count the heads. Interested in 40k? Absolutely. As soon as that comes out, we are gonna be hard grinding, man. Anyone know what magic is good versus Bearman? I know Doom and Darkness is just good versus Norsca. That one's a safe pick for sure. I think you almost always want the Doom and Darkness there. And Spirit Leech is not bad if you want to get a little bit of Lord poke in. That way your caster's doing something. Alternatively, Doom and Darkness and Buna. But Buna's so expensive. And there's not that many amazing Buna targets. Malekith on a dragon. He's cool. I just kind of like Rakarth more. I think it was Danican, yes. Danican showed me that Rakarth is just a mega chad. It's another excuse to not play Skaven. Yeah, every time I make one of these challenges, that's cool. Let's see. If it's Norsca... Oh, boy. I guess I can just load up on these guys. You know what? Yeah, this is fine. Norsca's pretty annoying. I think Bearmen especially, there's not a whole lot that really exquisitely uptrade against them. I don't have a great amount of Bearmen clear. But actually, maybe this unit can clear Bearmen effectively. I'm not entirely sure though, so I'm not going to take that many. We'll take, actually, you know what? Let's go all in. Why not? Why not? And then what else do I want? Something to kill, skin wolves and such. Dude, Doomfire Warlocks. I don't know if they're good or not. They keep, like, coming in and out of the meta. Very strange unit. Sure. And I guess I'll run some of these. Sure. Do I want Cold One Knights? I honestly don't know if Cold One Knights are good or not anymore. This seems like a good enough build, though. One Putrefying Carcass. I think it's very likely that we just see a Bearman Tide. Dragon Breath seems like a good spell for Bearman. Hope you guys are ready. I am decked out in the dragons. This will be like our game versus the Beastmen. 6 breath attacks is enough to kill 6 Bearmen. You can only take 5 of the shielded ones, and the great weapon ones aren't that good. It's perfect. You love the Rakarth voice lines? Oh, he's great. Reminds me of Game of Thrones. Alright, Mr. Razak. Come at me, bro. They gave me the ready, good luck, have fun. We're just waiting on them. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. So I'm currently 4th place. That's not too bad. Having lost to Chosen is not the end of the world. If I lose this one, though, that's going to set me back pretty hard. So we got to make sure we win this. What's the cooldown on Dragon Breath? Fairly short, actually. It's like, what, a minute? But yeah, Kimsy Bimsy. 40k. I think Total War 40k could be sick. The potential is high, but CA hasn't had a good launch in like 50 years. So We will see. I think 40k will launch. It'll be a buggy mess, but it'll still be hype enough to do well. Think like how good Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2 did back in the day. As long as it functions well enough and has a decent core gameplay loop, people will still enjoy it. You know, they'll be willing to look past the bugs if it is good. And because it is a new title, new engine apparently, right? I have the cope ready. Ready. So we got the Doom and Darkness. I got the Rakarth. And Rakarth has the Whip of Agony. It removes fear and terror. So I can terror out anything that I want. We have the Medusa. Now, actually, I can't terror out Bearmen because ITP. But monsters, we absolutely can. Combine that with Doom and Darkness, I can route off, like, anything instantly. End Times. Yeah, End Times is great. End Times is like mega potential, right? CA has to be putting in some extra work to make sure it does well. This is like the most anticipated DLC of all time. We'll have Dawn of War 4, yeah. Lots of games. Worst case, Slay the Spire. I got to play a bit of it. It's great. And what do we got? Trolls? The guy's gone for Trolls against Double Dragon. Does have a final transmutation though. This guy has 4,000 HP, which means it does not need... He doesn't need a lot of Spirit Leeches to get him killed. That part is very good. So Rakarth can whip my cavalry into having more bonuses. This is not a rush build. So having a couple skirms in here is perfect. We're just gonna get in the Medusa. Whoop, gotta dodge. Just gotta get a little bit of dodge on. There you go. Just gotta, yeah, be real tight with the dodging. If we can do it well enough, we're fine. Here come the skirmishers. Rakarth can back up. This lady can scoot forward. And she's just looking for that lord. She really wants that Spirit Leech. Okay. So far, pretty good charge. Cavalry's blobbing just a smidge, but we're doing fine. And so far, the kitening is going decent. I see this little core of units over here on the flank side. I think we can bully them. It should actually be quite hard for my opponent to relocate in time to defend them. And then the plan is, if it's just Bearmen at the end of the game, I'm going to spam Witch Elves. That's the goal. But alright, I smell blood in the water over here. You see weakness? We shall be doing our best to exploit it. Ooh, look at that sick Medusa shot. Alright. And Rakarth is just going to go straight onto the trolls. You know why? Because Rakarth is a Chad and he doesn't care about no summons. And if I can just route him off, then we're golden. I just need the leadership to get low enough is all. Whoop. Alright, there we go. That should be more than enough. Actually, with the charge, it's going to stabilize them a smidge. We're still good, though. A little bit of a doggo summon, not a big deal. Here comes the charge. Buff them up. So that's going to make my cavalry insanely strong. And the trolls are just going to straight terror out. Very nice. Not having to deal with them is definitely a big plus. And you know what happens next? You know what happens next? The main thing that makes dragons amazing. Here we go. It's the breath attack. Oh crap, my Medusa. Medusa's getting a little bullied. Ooh, massive breath attack though. Huge, huge breath attack. It's a bloody massacre. Medusa will be able to escape thankfully because the horsemen did not murder her. And the skin wolves, they're gonna just tear her out too because Rakarth's a Chad. Very nice. Alright. As long as the Medusa can actually escape, I'm happy. But this pick is huge. Being able to kill off a bunch of trolls and the skin wolves and everything is just complete devastation. Got some ice wolves over there. We're just gonna trade out, my guys. And then maybe we get some more sick dragon action. It's great because the skirmishers and the cavalry are holding the line here. So my dragons have all the time in the world to get their value. These dragons in particular are very, very strong. And if we just alley-oop, plonk them down, then I think the doggos should be suffering pretty hard. We'll see. I did have one of my units route off. Slightly unfortunate, but we'll live. I think I can start spamming witch elves, by the way. Oh, here it comes. The final transmutation. Do I care? Not very much. I think those dogs are routed off too. Dang. Rough for them. Ooh, that's a big cav blob too. And he's gonna get the final transmutation, but just on Ricarth. Whoa, giant Nurgle claw out of the skies. Yeah, there they go though. And the trolls are gone too. Hell yeah. Alright, now how good is this dodge? Dragon breath incoming. Beautiful. Oh wow, that was sick. That was an amazing dragon breath. Wowza. Bloody massacre that was. Absolute bloody massacre. Those marauders slash bearmen did not know what hit them. Yeah, these are bearmen, bro. Oh my goodness, talk about value. So all I really gotta do now is just keep up the value train, right? My dragons are still at exquisite health. They're doing great. Ricarth can whip my guys into shape again. And then we're gonna get another breath attack on the bearmen. I just want to finish the job on them. And I'm just gonna disengage from this side. And instead, we're just gonna push this flank. Because I'd much rather fight on my side of the battlefield, honestly speaking. I also don't have my dragons here. If you don't have your dragons, you probably don't want to be fighting in a location. So we're just going to give space and then set up for more breath attacks. As you can see, the cavalry's doing great. Oh, he's going to notice? He's going to notice? Are you going to dodge? No dodge? This could be a huge play. And there we go. Pretty good breath attack. Kind of botched it. Could have been slightly better. These bearmen are actually still holding too. These ones might rally. That would be very embarrassing. So not entirely done just yet. We still have a ways to go. We will be able to stop them from rallying though. Very nice. Okay, we got some more skin wolves. Kind of sus. I am triple capped too. I don't like that. So we'll see what we can do. We'll be able to pick off a couple skin wolves. We'll be able to get some witch elves in here. All that is amazing. Let's, ooh, do I have buffs? Do I have buffs? Nah, I'm gonna have to sacrifice this Dark Rider to keep my guys safe. But I do have witch elves on point. Alley-oop. Should be able to jump the skirmishers. And then we're just gonna let the witch elves do their work. Maybe Ricarth can go for that Lord kill. A little bit of a Lord snipe, I don't know. Over here, a little bit of a misplay, actually. Got some of my guys caught by the trolls. That's an oopsie-doopsies. And actually, value trading's still kind of close, so let's still be a little careful. Now, the hope is here that the witch elves, with their little rampage effect, that they'll be able to fight this. How's this fight going? A little sketch. Gonna need more. There you go. There's a passive at least. Ricarth should be able to get a pretty nice buff on these guys. There's the final transmutation. We're gonna get yet another breath attack though. And as long as we avoid the final transmutation, we should be okay. Let's actually remove the fear that those guys cause. And then we're gonna mass debuff the leadership in this area. That should be enough to kind of break that little area. And then over here, with the help of Ricarth, we're kind of doing great. Breath attacks are good too. And I think we can actually start hunting that Lord, because everything's kind of going our way all of a sudden. It's almost like the Dark Elf passive is good. It was actually very well timed for us. And yeah, look at that. Look at that beautiful dragon. Absolutely face punching that Lord to death. This point may get taken, but all the other ones are getting completely massacred. Oh my gosh, bro, what a hunter. This thing don't give up. Very nice. Jeez. Yo, this guy's just gonna die if he ain't careful. You can see the panic setting in. He's trying to pull away, and he'll likely be able to escape, but can he escape with Karth? We don't know. I do have to still actually secure more points, though. Definitely a very messy game. No more breath attack here either, sadly. Witch Elves, though, doing surprisingly good. Though I'm sure that's the passive speaking, mostly. And okay, we're just going to have the Lord pull away. I am going to just Spirit Leech him now. I probably should have been doing that way earlier. But you know what? Sometimes we make a few mistakes. It's okay. I just want to get the Spirit Leeches in before he comes in. And gets his last final transmutation. This should be a very good breath attack, by the way. If it's positioned correctly. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's only a unit of Marauders, but geez Louise, that was still a lot of damage. Dude, these breath attacks are actually insane. I love them. Very nice. And there's the middle point. And we'll have another Spirit Leech on the Lord very soon. Which will be perfect timing for them to just straight up leave the battlefield. Because obviously all these units here are already kind of struggling. We want them gone. We want them gone so that the leadership of the Norscans just completely falls apart. I actually have so much magic. Maybe I should have ran the Buna, but whatever. Jeez, look at that. It's a big route. And my 2 dragons are still very high HP. I cannot wait to see the value later. How's Medusa doing? Let's see if we can do some quick cav swapping. Any good leadership debuff areas? Not quite yet. I think as soon as Karth gets here, though, he'll be able to do it. It's actually just, yeah, debuff the Skin Wolves. Debuff the Marauders. There we go. And then that should just be a mass route, right? Dude, Karth is sick. I love him. So this increases damage by 50%. That's kind of bonkers, isn't it? Oh, hey, I think the Lord just routed off. Hell yeah. I think the Norscan Lord is now gone. Great success. I think that last Spirit Leech must have done him in. I think I saw a leadership drop. Lord fled recently. Oh, the worst timing. Worst timing for the Norscans, man. Brutality. What's the value? 700 on the Dark Riders, but on the Dragon. 1700. On its way to paying for itself. It still has lots of HP too, mind you. Honestly, the animation's kind of hype. Kind of like it. Let's actually do that. Increase the damage by 50%. Thank you, Danican, for showing me that Dark Elves are actually amazing. Just gonna Spirit Leech the dogs. Bully them a little bit. And I think we've basically just tabled the Norscans. At 1,000 tickets. That's a good pace. Hey, and he's back. He's back. Get him, boys. Oh, man, dude. Summoned right into the maws of a Karth. Did he... Okay, he used Power Familiar. So he wants to get the Rakarth kill. How Chad is Rakarth, though? He has a lot of HP. I don't know if Amped Overcast Final Transmutation kills him, though. Oh, he doesn't care. I think that was a normal cast. Oh, man, dude. Summoned into the world only to be hunted by Rakarth. Ooh. It's gonna have some Norscan Ice Wolves, though. It's okay, I have a second dragon. Have you considered second dragon? Oh, man, this is too fun. And yeah, there goes the second dragon right on top of his lord, taking him to Pound Town, and he leaves before his lord dies. GG. Well, that was nice. That was very nice. Rakarth got only 1,600. His breath attacks could have been slightly better. This one, though, the black dragon, got some real nasty ones on the Bearman. I like that. Oh, I'm up against Charix next. Oh, geez. Let's take a look at the Lord. They actually got a lot of damage with Final Transmutations. But Rakarth was good for buffing too. Medusa was great. Cavalry was great. And the Witch Elves actually cooked. Very nice. This is like quite Danican, the build. It is pretty Danican heavy. We use other players for inspiration. Alright, but this one is played in Charix's lobby. Rift at World's Edge. Charix is the top player. Alright. Let's do it. You guys think I can beat Charix? Nurgle jump scare. Alright, here we go. I gotta steal all the dragon factions before Charix steals them. It's true, the Terror too. Oh, Skaven, what a guy. What a dude. Dragons are not the best versus Skaven, I'm not gonna lie. But if he's gonna play Skaven, obviously we want Wood Elves. If I can steal Wood Elves and High Elves from him, that's honestly already amazing. The only downside is I have to play Wood Elves or High Elves. Yeah, if you use all your breath attacks, you generally pay for themselves. Breath attacks can get you like 300 gold per. So if you use 3 of them, you get 900 right off the bat. And potentially, if you line it up well, you can get more. Your game versus Charix, Lewin was chasing his lord for literally all game. And he had a total of 125 gold value. Yeah, you gotta make sure you don't accidentally jank your way into your lord never attacking. Interesting, he goes Tomb Kings. Vampire counts, easiest pick of my life, man. Tomb King Skaven versus Wood Elves, High Elves, Vampire counts. If Charix wins this, then he's a Chad. I guess we already know he's a Chad. Charix is also very terrifying. Tzeentch. I guess that's to counter the Vampire counts pick. Interesting. We'll see how it goes. Tzeentch is a weird one. They are actually pretty good versus Vampire counts. Ratman flee before dragons. I wonder though, what if I take the Air Vortex Dragon Lord? He bans Tomb Kings and counts. What a guy. How about I ban the Tzeentch? What if I ban the Tzeentch versus Vampire counts? And then I will also ban Tomb Kings into my Wood Elves. Yes. Good start, it's a good start. I've been able to win High Elves versus Tomb Kings before, even against high level players, but I probably shouldn't play a bad matchup in Charix. The rough rule of thumb is you don't play a bad matchup unless you've practiced it a million times. It always goes bad, doesn't it? Saw a Facebook post where CA wanted content creators and streamers for Warhammer 40k. That's the thing about me though. I'm already in, right? Like, they already got me. They want like real big content creators from other communities. Because you guys already own Warhammer. You're already likely to buy the game. So they don't care about me streaming it as much as someone else. But we're probably going to get early access though, and I will be able to show it off, so I'm not complaining. Ban Skaven Vampire counts and Tzeentch High Elves. Okay, so I can play Wood Elves versus Skaven or Tzeentch, or High Elves versus Tomb Kings or Skaven. I think we just play as Skaven, right? Now I'm going to need to bring a dragon, but I think the matchups are so favored, it's still fine. Charix is a very good Skaven player, though. So we'll see. Forbidden Chariot meta. I will get it eventually. We will have a tournament day with that. A Death Apparatus. Hello. Alright, what's he want to play against? Wood Elves or High Elves? No matter what he picks, I'm running a dragon. At least one dragon. You wish dragons were better? They're not the worst. It would be cool if they were slightly better, though. Maybe they see playing land battle. Land battle's all about value maximizing, and their breath attacks are perfect for that. A chimera is what a dragon should be, and dragons are what chimeras should be. I don't know if chimeras should be slow and lumbering though. Like dragons having big hitboxes is fine and thematic. Maybe they could have more HP though. 7,000 is low. Apparently a dragon is as tanky as like Ungrim Iron Fist. Maybe bad example. They're as tanky as, I guess, I don't know, Archaon is also tanky. He wants to play Skaven Wood Elves. Alright. Some real mad lad maneuvers. So what is the best dragon for the job? If I go for the forest dragons, I don't know if that goes well. Maybe I'll just take a lord on a dragon. There's certainly some fun ones. I think this will do. Dragons are pretty good IMO. They are micro intensive. That's the thing though, right? They're very micro intensive to be pretty good. With how multiplayer is, you only run units that are very good. They have the inherited elven frailness. You know, it's rough. It's okay. I think I have the tools for the job. The tools for the jibba job. Skaven are, you know, they're a little annoying. Yes. Skaven have the weapon teams. They have the air nets. A lot of things that can make life difficult for you. But they do have some pretty glaring weaknesses. So as long as I can abuse those, I think we're in a pretty good position. Let's see here. You know, it'd be really funny if I think like, if you think about it, can I rush Skaven with Wood Elves? What if I go like full melee rush? I have War Dancers, Dryads. Nothing has enough HP for a full melee rush. Nor do I have enough fear and terror causing units. But a build up versus Skaven can be quite nice if you're playing like Nurgle or something. Not here though, not here. But yeah, there's been people that have been able to maximize the value on the dragons. It's just like so much easier to just do something else though. So, yeah. And even at perfect micro, I don't think dragons are better than a lot of other SE options. Especially chimeras. Chimeras are just objectively better dragons. They're cheaper and they still have the breath attacks, but they're smaller and they can't get flanked. Honestly, I don't know why chimeras are so good. They should just give dragons better melee stats, I feel. I don't know why their melee stats are so low. It's a big honking dragon. Let's see. What do I want here? Okay, like, obviously Dryads are good. Skaven are such a menace, though. They do suffer versus the Cav spam, though. Wood Elf Cavalry does cause fear, which is a very funny little thing. That is definitely helpful. Let's see, 1,200 gold. No, I'm not running Blade Singers. We're not running the Blade Singers. Okay, let's try. Let's try something like this. You can tell by my pained voice that I am extremely confident in this situation. Honestly, though, at the end of the day, it is just Skaven. It is Charix's Skaven, though. I imagine there'll be some sick artillery play. So let's see it. Star Dragons are supposed to be, like, one of the toughest monsters in the setting. Not so much in this game. Yeah. The stats are actually pretty good. But single entities in this game hate being shot at so much that past a certain price point, unless you are made out of HP, just layers and layers of HP, you tend to get bullied. Like, you need more than 10,000 HP if you're going to be a big single entity that's expensive. Otherwise, in multiplayer, you're going to get countered, man. Especially in domination, where it's easy to field all the counters you want. A short challenge. No large units at all. Honestly, kind of funny. Though, it's mostly just trying to win with dwarves, isn't it? Then again, like, you know, there's a few factions that can go pretty heavy on the infantry. Lizardmen is actually one of them. Man, no large units, though. Kind of wild. That's my ranking, by the way. We're currently in 4th place. We're in 4th place, but we're facing Charix. In fact, if I lose this, Charix is probably going to knock me out of the top 4. If I beat Charix, Charix is likely going to stay in top 4. So it is imperative that we get the victory here. Fimir Noble. Yeah, they have a missile resist buff. I don't think it's 40 meters, though. That seems high. I think it's 35 meters. 55 meters is when the aura is big enough to really cover a good portion of your army. 35, you're just blobbing. Like, you're in a... You have to stay in a final transmutation bubble. Just a little awkward. You see Jezzails in my future? Jezzails are extremely likely here. You're correct. Remember you trying to make the Murworm work? How did that go again? Why does the Murworm suck? Does anyone know why the Murworm sucks and the Dreads and the Shredder of Lustria is so good? It's probably because the Shredder of Lustria has a million leadership debuffs. But yeah, Murworm's kind of garbage. Kind of mega garbo. We never miss these guys. You know how often they miss? Alright, here we go. So my obligatory dragon, Sisters of the Twilight. We got some dryads, and we got some basic archers. Gonna go fairly wide. Gonna go fairly wide as we have quite a bit of mobility, and I don't think we're being rushed. And the goal is just get the shots in and kill as many units as we can. Are the deck gunners any good at lord sniping? Deck gunners? They're okay. At max range, you can dodge them. Ah, here we go. Oh yeah, the Shredder does have machine guns on the top. That's true. That does actually make a fairly big difference. But alright, Charix, he's ready. And he has a Gracier Ruin. He has the Aeronet. It's everything you could possibly hope for. Now, if he stays in the trees, can I bully him? That is a foot character over there. We're gonna show our hand here by capturing the point with these lads. And how do I want to approach this situation? So it's not a rush. I also don't have a lot of cavalry though, so if any dogs arrive, that'd be awkward. Oh, jeez. Assassin out of nowhere, bro. Yo, that's kind of sick. How's the assassin doing? Are these guys gonna shoot? Come on, shoot. Hey, pretty good volley. Okay, honestly, assassin didn't get too much work done, thankfully. Yeah, I don't know why my guys weren't shooting though. That was a little weird. I think he's gonna dodge if I do this. No, he goes back in stealth. Okay. Let's just keep pummeling these guys though. Oh, dang. All right, this guy dodges. This guy dodges. Dude, he's using the assassin as a spotter. That's kind of funny. Kind of nasty too. I'll have to figure out how to deal with that. Maybe I just go for a big flank. Oh, okay. Pretty decent damage on the assassin. I will have the Sisters of Twilight on him soon too. Mind you. Okay, pretty nice little pot shot over there. We have some cavalry making our way downtown. Assassin is taking a decent amount of damage. We're gonna see a bit of a scorch, and the Sisters of Twilight do get the jump on him. So overall, not too bad. Ouch. Never mind. Maybe slightly bad. Yeesh. Oh, and the Aeronet. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. This guy's kind of bullying me. Oh, he's kind of bullying me. Sister Twilight definitely gonna rout, though their passive should trigger. No, they're gonna die. Ah, crud. He got the air net on me, man. What am I supposed to do? Dude. Ah, crap. Ah, crud. Well, that's not good. Charx with the Lord Snipe. Maybe if I can catch him while he's not looking, though, I can get some plays off. Here we go. I'm gonna press into his formation with the Cav. He has more stealth units over there. But I will be able to get a mini jump on that artillery piece. Never mind. Bro is completely outplaying me, man. He's completely outplaying me. He saw this coming miles away. Crazy little assassin plays. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. I'm a dead man walking. My skirmishers ain't got nothing left. He's gonna do a good job defending his range too. That's not good. Where's my cav at? Okay, we're gonna have a little bit of cav in here. We're gonna have a little bit of a catch over here. The Jezzails aren't doing super well, at least. Okay, the Wild Riders are kind of getting in there. I'm gonna give this a maybe comeback situation if we're lucky. This is a mighty amount of Skaven slaves that we're dealing with. And that does put them in a bit more of an awkward situation. You know, I do have many of my skirmishers back. They'll be able to get some work done. I'm gonna get a bit of a speed bufferino too. Maybe catch the Jezzails in the open if he's not paying attention. Very nice. Tiny catch. We're just trying to disrupt them a little bit. Okay. We just gotta pull back. I just have to recover from losing my lord for nothing. Is all. It's fairly chill, right? Alright, here we go. Dude, that assassin though, that early game assassin play. I can't believe he got the sick reads like that, man. That assassin just ended my entire career. My entire ability to snipe is ruined. He knows how I like to deploy. Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh man, there's another Rat Ogre summon. Dude. Dude. Charx, man. What a mind game play. Also that net on my lord, dude. Like, everything worked out for him. Ah, jeez. Alright, GG. GG, well played. Alright, I need to queue into another match. I need to queue into another match ASAP. Otherwise, I don't make it to top 4. Ah, shucks. If I can win the next one, though, I can probably squeeze my way back in. Yeah, I just need to queue into someone. Dang it. Oh, dude. It's a sick assassin play. I got Recarino'd by this guy. He saw me miles away. He saw me before I saw him. And then the Gutter Runners got the mega value. Oh, man. Dude, I could have outranged them so easily, too. Absolutely brutal. Absolute shredderinos. Oh, man. The Sister Twilight dude, yeah, nothing. It was just the 1-2 punch, basically. It happens, though. Was this turn was bragging on Skaven? Like he was crushing it as Skaven or what? Yeah, Charx is very good. Alright, Redemption, though. Come on. Give me one more match. We have 5 minutes to find a match. I think that's a decent amount of time. Though, as it gets later on, some people don't play the match. There's actually not a lot of matches that are super close to finishing either, so we might not make it. At the end of the day, though, if we don't beat them there, we wouldn't have beat them in the semifinals. So it's fine. Oh man, bro. Dude, that was brutal. That was brutal. How would you play carefully against that? I guess you would just if I knew that was coming, right? The skirmishers, you just park them a little further back, I guess. You could also just try to doombolt the assassin. They are super stealth, though. Is there a unit that can detect stealth? Not really. Skaven have good answers to everything they go up against. I wouldn't say everything. They do have pretty good answers. The weakest solution, though, is against armored cavalry. The only solution there are triads. And they're not the best for cavalry. They can defend a position, but if they ever get surrounded or shot, it's not the best. Charx knows how to play for the win conditions, though. Let's see here. Yeah, I really needed to spam Melkoths on the weapon team. Sisters of Twilight could have bullied the assassin, though. I just need to not get air netted. Yeah, Prey of Aneth Rayma on the assassin instead of Sisters of Twilight. Also very good. Very classic. Alright, I'm hoping that either Big Bees or Evergarden or Exul finish their match sometime soon. We have 3 minutes. I have 3 minutes to get myself into a match. Come on. Come on, man. Warp Lightning. Warp Lightning's good versus Cav. If they're not moving. They like, if they had a couple more nets, they could totally crush cavalry. Which is why I feel like warp grinders are like the secret sauce of the Skaven. Yeah, triads are really limited by hoping the cavalry comes to them. Excuse me, it's true. Dang it. I think Charx knocked us out. I have 2 minutes though. Let me start up my Warhammer. Just join the tournament right now. If Mr. Razak wins, they're 22 minutes into their game. I have 1 minute and 50 seconds left. Warp Grinders are good versus the Dreadmaw. That would be hilarious. Dreadmaw has to unburrow if Warp Grinders are nearby. One minute, 30 seconds. Yo, if Charix gets to face Chosen today, that'd be great. Oh, Pope Patty! Pope Patty, my savior! Hey, alright. Did you just join? No, okay. Pope Patty's been playing for a little bit. Okay. Alright, I have my one shot at redemption. So I have to win this. I'm not gonna get a ton of points from it. But if I win, it is okay. Okay, it's and they're playing Bretonnia. Alright. Bretonnia, my three factions. It's going to be let's see here. How do I want to play versus Bretonnia? Bretonnia's kinda nasty. I could play Warriors of Chaos. Who else has dragons? Nurgle? The Nurgle Toad Dragon versus Bretonnia? That sounds like a terrible idea. Vampire counts are obvious. Vampire counts are super good. And who else has a dragon? I don't really want to play High Elves. Khorne, Kislev, Frostworms. Frostworms are not dragons. I could go Norsca and go for the Ice Dragon tech. The superior Ice Dragoning. I think Chaos, Vampire counts, and I don't know. I don't know, man. I'll go Dark Elves. No, Dark Elves are pretty. Then again, I do have Blackguard and Agarond. That part's pretty fun when it comes to the Dark Elves. Cathay time, baby. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, Grand Cathay. Oh, easiest choice ever. Against Bretonnia? That's great. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Okay, so if I can beat Pope Patty, I might be able to make it. I just have to beat Pope Patty. Fingies crossed, people. The redemption. Warriors of Chaos seems like a legit pick, though. Chaos usually don't run dragons, though, which kind of sets them back. I think the only dragon I can run, aside from Dragon Ogres, is a Chaos Sorcerer Lord on a big Chaos Dragon. And against Bretonnia, it's a little weird. I can run the Paragon of Ruin, which gives ITP, which is good for the trolls, I guess. How's that compared to the Crown of Command? 55 meters plus 4 elite. This is so much better. And he wants to play versus Vampire Counts. Okay. Vampire it is. Vampire Counts are pretty nasty versus Bretonnia last I checked. They don't do super well versus Vampire Coast. But I don't have halberds like Vampire Coast, so that can help them out a smidge. Obviously, we're gonna run a dragon. Which one, though? I think it's pretty obvious. Where is he at? Yeah, this one. Okay, so I got my dragon. Let's see here. Do I want these abilities? Sure, let's take some of this. Okay, and then I just have to go ham. Pop off with the Vampire Dragon Lord, and then we're fine. Yeah, Vampire counts dragon. They only have one true dragon, otherwise you're dealing with Terrorgeists. But still, fine by me. Unfortunately, my infantry is not nearly as good at hunkering down, but... Ooh, I could run some of these, yeah. And then there's the Graveguard Halberds. I honestly don't know if they're a good unit or not. Graveguard Halberds always feel a little weird. I feel like if I want mass, Crypt Horrors are better. A lot of people run Vargeists, by the way. Vargeists are weird, but if I'm going for an Air Supremacy build, they can definitely get a little bit of work done. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I kind of have to. We must. Dragon and heals. You can't lose. Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. So, yeah, I could go air superiority instead of ground play. That can be really nice for catching knights. If we deal with a bunch of flyers, then I can just stall the capture points, which is also perfect for us. Kind of a win-win. Are Vargeist dragons? They are not dragons. Like Terrorgeist, is that just an undead wyvern? I think it might be. But okay, it's a decent build. I have a lot of fairly typical tools here. Oh boy, here we go. I just have to win this. Just have to win this and decisively. And the hope is that some players get knocked out of the top 4 while I work my way into it. As long as Exul doesn't win their match. If Exul wins... Oh, they'd just be swapping out with Big Bs. Oh, that's not the worst. Oh, it's going to be so tight, though. Worst case scenario, though, we still get one more game with dragons, which is a fun time for me. Yeah, Bretonnia's Air Force is really strong. So if Pope Patty decides to play the air game, I will lose the air fight. The only out that I have is that if they go for the air game, there's going to be too much infantry to clear. That's the only thing I can do. And it's going to be 5 units, which means, yes, they are playing the air game. So, as planned, I am going to I'm gonna play super duper safe. Ready, good luck, have fun. Yeah, they got 5 units, man. Oh, it's not. It's the Grails. I see. And here I was worried. Okay, so let the DPS race begin, I guess. Does this guy have magic damage? No magic damage. So we're just gonna go for point number 1 first. I can work my way to the other points a little bit later. Obviously, we don't want to commit to that fight. That would be absolutely atrocious. And I just gotta be real careful about my summons. If my guys end up getting caught out in the middle of the map or something, we're just ultra screwed. Definitely would not want that to happen. A couple mounted yeomen on the high ground though is no problemo. And I should be able to get a pretty easy middle capture. Obviously the early points are going to be going to my opponent, but that is totally intended. Very normal. He's going to have a very hard time killing off these here corpse carts, I feel. Corpse carts are designed to be nigh untouchable unless there are a ton of archers. And already we're going to get maybe a Grail Guardian pick. It's a pretty nice charge to start off with. I'm going to get all over that far point over there. And then I really wonder how this is going to pan out. As long as my lord don't die, he's good. There is a bit of a corpse cart dive-in going on right now, but I don't think that's really a big deal. And then I can just kind of go for the Fey Enchantress. And now I think I can go for some of these guys. Just start taking a couple halberds, let them cook. The double white king can absolutely get on the point and get a bit of work in too. I'm just gonna pop a heal for my lord, why not? Accidentally overcasts. A little painful, but not the end of the world. And the skirmishers are just gonna push back, because obviously we want the corpse cards to stay nice and safe. Fey Enchantress though, not too happy about the current state of affairs. Definitely taking a little bit more deeps than she probably would hope for. And maybe we get the Green Knight here too. Not to mention I also get a pretty solid Capturino over here. And I would say this is pretty good for us. I would say this is quite exquisite actually. As long as the White Kings don't die, I'm happy. We have a whack load of zombies. Green Knight. Kind of beating up my lord though. I don't like that very much. But yeah, there's still the Crypt Horrors to deal with. Lord is being supported by a bunch of horrors. But he is indeed dying to the Green Knight. He will have to disengage. Wild Trebuchet gets summoned. Okay. So my opponent is trying to... Yeah, they are trying to army wipe me here, which will be quite difficult. I have a lot of zombies. That is intentional. Green Knight. Gonna begin pretty decent deeps in. As long as my lord's not getting shot, though, I think he's fine. He can heal up, too. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but... Green Knight is certainly a very, very annoying little dude. Gonna get another cycle charge on him, though. A little bit of a nibble. Nothing too crazy, though. And then the real fight for this here capture point. Can it be taken? I think it can. Seems straightforward enough. I have so many Crypt Horrors here. There's really not a lot that my opponent can do. And the Corpse Cart is just going to be healing everything. I just need to use my lord to keep bullying... just keep bullying the Grails, really, and we'll be okay. We got more Crypt Horror mass over there. That's going to be a fat comet. Not much I can do to dodge that. I can heal it, though. Patch myself up just a smidge, but... Does actually kill one Graveguard Halberd. A little bit unfortunate. Lord's gonna have to disengage too. Also very unfortunate. But I should be able to get a pretty decent breath attack. That's a great thing about dragons. Wow, that's a good breath attack. That was a good one. Very nice. And he is forced to heal yet again. The White Kings still have to be a little careful, but as long as I can maintain the triple cap, I'm happy. Okay, and here come the Devils of Schwarzhaven. That breath attack alone might have just won it for me. That was a lot of value. And we got the Devils of Schwarzhaven coming in hot. Lord just gonna heal up a little bit. There is a little Grail Relique in here, which makes things a little bit sketchier. But now that the Knights are surrounded, I don't know how long they're gonna last. They got a dragon on their tail. It ain't too pretty. It's a big old mosh pit. I actually have the value lead too. That's because all the infantry here is supporting. As long as the skirmishers aren't shooting me, I'm happy. Should be able to get my first cav kill very soon too. Feinchantress Mortis being offset by the good old corpse carts. And the Devils, they still hold. Knights of the Realm are not really a big issue. I have lots of infantry here. Other corpse carts just gonna chill and relax. Let's just get the Green Knight through the mud. Come on, attack. Dang it. Alright, there we go. Very nice. I can just get more flyers now, right? These guys have done pretty well. They are now getting rear charged, but they already got loads of damage on all the cavalry. So I think they've paid for themselves and then some. A paladin shows up. Okay. Interesting. But how's my lord doing? Looks like they're still doing pretty well. Yeah, dude, the crypt horrors are just healing too much, aren't they? Gets another nasty comet, though. We still have a lot of horrors, though. Time is of the essence. Can my opponent get these points in time? He's almost out of Grail Guardians. Dude, horrors are so good, man. Crypt horrors are such a menace. And yeah, there's a little bit of a play for this point, but just not nearly enough capture weight. I'd be very worried if I was Pope Patty. The Grails are nice, but the dragon is more powerful. He actually brings the DPS that's needed to punch through the Grail Guardians. Let's go ahead and get a big old charge here. Come on. Kill the Feinchantress, please. He's having a bit of a hard time actually landing the hits. A tiny bit unfortunate. Come on, man. What are you doing? Alright, he doesn't want to fight the Feinchantress, you know. She's a little too scary. That's okay. Let's just keep getting the zombies in here. Lord is doing okay. Yeah, he's still doing fine. And then I think this match will be over very soon. Alley-oop. Oh yeah, I still have more breath attacks. I already killed the knights though, so it actually doesn't matter very much. I guess I'll just kill the holy wardens. This is overkill on a already pretty dead unit, but might as well. Might as well bully them a little bit. But yeah, this is generally why you don't go elite versus vampire counts. I'm sure the healing on the Grails was super valuable, but it's just a little bit too much, man. Oh, he did kill both corpse carts, though. That's actually very useful. I still have the benefits of my vigor, though, so I doubt that we're going to run into too much trouble right now. But that's a start. Without the corpse carts, this army can now die. They do not have the infinity regeneration that I was enjoying before. I love how they're just ignoring the just ignoring the trebuchet. Horrors are finally dying though. But is there any infantry left to secure the point? White Kings are still alive, mind you. Holy Wardens are now going down. Yeah. And just like the corpse cart, killing off that Grail Relique also puts me in a very nice situation. And if I can kill the Feinchantress, then we're good. Yeah, use your breath attacks. Yeah, we finally chucked out the breath attacks. It's fine. I have one more, but no real good use for it. Can I kill the Feinchantress though? She's tanky, man. My lord is having a bit of a hard time hitting her. And this point is actually going to go the way of the Bretonnians, but I do win on a 1 cap right now. So let's just secure that victory. Pulling in a corpse card over there. And the Feinchantress. The hunt begins. Come at me. If I can get a breath attack on her, that would be the perfect ending. Or I kill off the infantry. So I make it look like I'm chasing the Fey Enchantress, right? But then in reality, I turn and then boom. Boom. Goodbye, capture weight. Maybe. Fey Enchantress is gone at least. Hey, maybe I can stop this point from being captured. It's gonna be real close. I need to hit that paladin over there, but he whiffs. He whiffs, my lord. Dang it. It's okay. This match is super over. Which means maybe if I'm lucky, I make it to top 4. It seems unlikely though. I need 1,050 MMR to get there. So I think odds are pretty unlikely. Though we'll see. Maybe someone will get knocked down. Big B's, Charks, and Chosen are super high up on that right now. Massive peasant mobs incoming. The peasant mobs, if they had 5 capture weight, it would be much more scary. I wonder how much value this thing got. It was hammering that. Oh, it's 3,000? That's crazy, man. Alright, so I guess the trebuchet is a pretty good idea. Considering it paid for itself like 6 times over. That's kind of funny. But yeah, GG, well played. Alright, so we're going to declare the win, but we're probably going to be spectating the top 4. Let's see, though. Let's take a look here. White Kings. Oh, wow. 4,000. Dude, the cycle charging on the Grail Guardians was perfect. He actually completely shut them down. Fey Enchantress got a lot of value. Trebuchet got a stupid amount of value, 3,000. But the horrors and the healing was just way too much, man. You can't beat the Vampire Count's blob. They benefit from the blob more than they are disadvantaged by it. That's just how it be. Truly blessed Trebuchet. Yeah, and the 1 breath attack on the Knights for sure. Alright, let's take a look at our standings though. Currently, I got the 4 wins. But I don't think that's gonna do it. I have 1,048 MMR. Too little. Too late. On a bigger map, it's very easy with this build. I think I can see it. If I can't make that transition, you have the yeomen to try and out-capture me. And the Fey Enchantress could probably kill everything. On that map, you were kind of forced to try and fight the blob. Because they would just follow you to whichever point you end up on. But playing to the maps is a very important part of the game. There's some maps that just completely end strategies. It's one of the reasons why I picked Vampire Counts. They're so good on Itza. But alright, we're just waiting on Halidin then. Halidin versus Azek. His build was not good? That's rude. I do think the Grail Guardians are not super well suited to killing off 1,000,000 Vampire Counts chaff infantry. But there's certain situations where the Grail Guardian spam actually does do well. Like we were able to beat a chaff spam Norsca build with it one time. But alright, let's see. And the match is finished. We have the top 4. Charix, Big B's, Evergarden, and Azek. Evergarden is chosen, by the way. Very nice. At Charix versus at Azek. At Big B's versus at Evergarden. And we're gonna go to Total Tavern and take a look-see. Take a look-see at the maps, because I forgot the maps. Friday Ladder Tournament. Left is top bracket. Spec slot, please. We're gonna be specs spectating Big B's versus Chosen. Should be a good time. We made it to 6th place. Close, but not quite, unfortunately. Generally speaking, you need to only have the 1 loss. If you lose twice, you are at risk of not being able to make it. So top 3 generally have a very good win rate. All Bretonnian builds are bad. Oof. They're not that bad of a faction. But alright. This should be fun. Can Big B's defeat Evergarden? Big B's is actually locked in as dwarves. Oh boy. Oh boy. The Dowie lock-in? I don't know how I feel about that. Poor Pope Patty. I know. That's what happens though. If you look, we don't diss Pope Patty. You guys are free to diss me. Alright. You're not allowed to diss other players though. Moderators, you know what to do. Just make sure everyone's chill. Because I'm used to it. Alright, here we go though. Dowie. You guys think Dowie can win this? I would say the odds are slightly unlikely. The Chosen's an amazing player. But dwarves are tricksy, okay? They're real tricksy. Diss me because I got the masochism. But yeah. Dwarves, every once in a while, you'll lose to a dwarf player because they bring out some crazy build that you're not practiced against and then they win. And then you feel bad. No problem with getting dissed? Alright, everyone diss Pope Patty. He gave permission. Get him, boys. But yeah, dwarves. I would say generally they're weak. But dwarf mains, they like exclusively play dwarves. All they do is sit down and tinker in the old ways until they come up with something that can have a decent chance of winning. Whether it be a ranged max, flamethrower max, mass slayers, just something to throw you off guard. And potentially with Big B's, who is a fairly proficient player, they can find something like that. My Canadian nature won't allow me to be mean. You just wait, man. Wait until I tilt off the side of the table. You know, flip everything. Roar. Love a good Bretonnian Air Force. It's good. You just have to get enough deeps in. My build is designed to beat small unit count builds. And the map was perfect for it. Longbeard great weapon spam has become quite dwarf ways. Really? Is that coming back? It was blasting charges and miners for a long while. But Longbeards are classic good. He swapped to Dark Elves? Yeah, Chosen is variable faction. So the way the pick and ban system works, you can either lock in one faction and you get to play them no matter what. But the downside of that is your opponent will get to counterpick with 3 factions. If they have a faction undeclared. So in this case, Chosen gave the Big B's a few. And they want to face Norsca, which is crazy. Wild semifinals we got. I think Dwarfs have a fighting chance versus Norsca, though. Norsca rushes. You're like one misplay away from getting a Referee node, but Chosen is so good. They're so consistent as a player. Hey, Charks, what's up? Tzeentch is a bad matchup for Bretonnia. Really? Okay, you play a lot of Tzeentch, but you also play a lot of Bretonnia, so I think I can trust you. Why is it bad though? Are the halberds really that problematic? Surely the Zongors aren't that bad. I guess Zongors might have enough mass to deal with the cav charges. I just really don't like Tzeentch in general. Oh, it's because they don't have Buna. Buna's really good versus Tzeentch. Because you can kill Doom Knights and Changebringers and Centigores, and then suddenly Tzeentch has no mobility. The only player he lost to is Charix in Attorney. The only good Tzeentch player I know is Charix, so I don't know if that counts. there's no Tzeentch, like if you ask me, think of a Tzeentch player, I can't think of anyone but Charix. At least no one notable enough. And like if you can't beat Charix as Tzeentch, you're not gonna win tournaments, right? That doesn't change anything. What does it even get you? Well, you might still be correct. Honestly, I haven't played either faction enough to truly make a good statement. You're just rage baiting Pope Patty? Well, there you go. That's Charix for you. Oh my gosh. Love it. But alright, let's see if the dwarves can win this day. If you guys like the underdogs, Big B's is both the underdog player, because Chosen is insane, and they also are playing the underdog faction, Dwarves, versus definitely Big Dog Norsca. Okay, Norsca's crazy. Wild. We got the Goblin Hewers. But yeah, Norsca, the power creep, the filth. Alright, they got Wulfric. Technically his boat did it get nerfed a bit? I forget. I think it did. But yeah, they got the Ice Wolf Chariots. I guess I got nerfed too. But they got the Dreadmaw. Also got nerfed. And you know what? They're still running all of it. That's how OP they are, okay? If you want a true enemy of the state, this is it. The Dread Norskins with the Dreadmaw. This thing has 10,000 HP, 80 armor, insane leadership. You basically can't kill it unless your opponent misplays. But if they want it alive, they can keep it alive. Now you can mitigate the amount of damage it does, but it's still very annoying. A little bit of Chimera action over here too. This guy is insane. Look at that. 52 melee attack. More than enough to hit all Dwarven characters. And it's just going to be a bunch of Bearmen. So a lot of great weapon Bearmen. We're spamming them. We got the Worshippers of the Crow. You know, basically a Bearmen. And the Dwarves with the Insanity. They have the Master Engineers. ×2. They have ammunition restock. They're carrying a ton of axes because they want to give it to the Goblin Hewers. Amazing. We have a Demon Slayer. Perfect for slaying non-demons on the Norscan roster. Dreadmaw pops up, says hello, looks at the Goblin Hewers and reburrows. I guess that's not a big problem though, right? Its cooldowns are the same, even if it does that, so... I guess it'll have a 15-second cooldown, but that's not a big deal. But yeah, very interesting dwarf build. Very easy to disrupt with the Dreadmaw. But there's a lot of high DPS stuff here that is good versus Dreadmaw. Chosen. Lurking underneath, though. Might want to pop up on the Iron Drakes. And we're going to look over here. Big boat. Hits some of the Goblin Hewers. It's a nice amount of damage. Wulfric. In the early skirmish phase, already getting 269 gold value. That is a very decent amount. Alright, if you just remove that from your starting army, that would definitely feel bad. So, fairly nice for Wulfric. A little bit of poke damage on the Bearmen, but that's fairly inconsequential. What's much more important, though, is the damage on the Ice Wolf Chariots and the Dreadmaw. We're going to see some pot shots on it. Couple Trollhammer shots. Dreadmaw. Forced to reburrow. But the disruption is done. The Ice Wolf Chariots are now in the backfield. Interesting. Yeah, dwarves don't have the mass to stop chariots. Neither do slayers. Though they can do okay-ish. What really matters though, right? This is just like a bunch of small trades. You know, maybe some dogs take a bit of damage. What really matters is the main fight. How is the main fight going to go down? And are the dogs going to be able to kill the Goblin Hewers? Well, we're going to see a little bit of damage, but oh, the Flash Bomb. Chimera drops in. Remember, these are Slayers. Their stats are literally the same as melee Slayers. It's just half the unit. This is bad though, right? For the dwarves. Chariot gets into the backfield. If these minor blasting charges don't get their bombs off, that is basically the entire dwarven win condition getting wrecked. But another flash bomb does drop, reducing the speed of the chariots down to 38. Despite that, they are still rather fast on the charge. But one volley does go down. Worshippers of the Crow taking a decent amount of damage. Still fairly tanky, much like the Barrowmen, but nobody likes a bunch of blasting charges to the face. This miner over here, very slow at 20 speed because of the Ice Wolf chariot. But so far, so okay. Value trading's fairly good. Norscans have not really committed fully to a fight either, which is actually good for the dwarves because their range units can just plonk away. And one Worship of the Crow can again wreck-a-roni. Unit of Slayers has arrived too. Dogs are trying to get in on the Goblin here. It's a little awkward. But man, those Worshippers are getting wrecked. Chariots too, getting a little stuck in there. If it dies to the Troll Hammers, that's a 1,000 gold loss. That's not pretty in the slightest. And the Slayers, they will obviously be getting killed here by the Doggos. But the Doggos have taken so much damage, I don't know how much more useful they'll be. If they can kill off another unit of artillery, that's good. But if not, I don't know how I feel about the Norscans. Another boat drops. Little bit of damage. Oh, actually pretty decent damage. Hits the Goblin Hewers again. And you gotta remember, these chariots are still alive. The great thing about this chariot is that even though it's at low HP, it can still get a lot of work done. Very high base leadership. Gets more as it fights. And it's still very fast. So while it's low, that only means it's in a risky position. Not that it's actually dealt with. And the Troll Hammers are nowhere to be seen. Not really in a great position to deal with it. In fact, they're getting jumped by the Chimera, the unit they were meant to counter. Kind of sketchy, I would say. Dreadmaw even comes in to offer its support. And the Dwarves starting to very slightly fall behind in value. That can change quickly though. We have some blasting charges just waiting to get onto this massive blob of infantry. If they can just chuck out that volley onto the Berserkers, it could be a massacre. A lot of dwarf warriors here are holding the line for him. Man, dude, look at that Ice Wolf chariot, though. Still alive, man. Still alive. And we're going to see a gyro bomber to finish the job, most likely. The disruption here, it has to be shut down, man. This thing's getting way too much value. It's already mostly paid for itself. And it's stopping the range units from getting value. So, I'm a little worried. Gyro bomber, though, instead of going for the chariots, gets a pot shot on Wulfric. Looks like they want to go for a bombing run instead. This is the Regiment of Renown. It's got some pretty sick carpet bombs. And the miners do get hit by a purple sun. Doesn't seem to kill any entities, though, so they should still be able to get some pretty good bomb drops. There's the gyro bomber. Annihilation, too. Hit number 1 deletes a bunch of Marauder champions. These guys are extremely expensive. Hit number 2 hits the Barrowmen. They're looking pretty scuffed. Chariot's still alive, though. 2 entities left. Bomb number 3 hits the Berserkers. Half HP gone. In mere seconds, this Skyhammer squadron has already basically paid for itself. And the dwarves come back in value. They get the middle point. And that's actually kind of sus. I can't believe it. Is Chosen gonna lose to dwarves? After all their crazy micro, the Dowie is Chosen's weakness? Pretty wild if true. Chimera's gonna get a few hits on this Skyhammer squadron though. But it looks like it wants to get one more bombing run. Oh my goodness, what a bloody massacre. Mass death on the side of the Norscans. And it also is gonna be distracting the Chimera. 1800 value. My work here is done. Or perhaps not. But the work never ends. Ooh, one of them dies. Purple Sun drops on a unit of Rangers. Not super cost efficient, but it is a range unit. You want to kill it. And the Dwarves are maybe stabilizing. Honestly, the missing blasting charge on this one miner might be the tipper of this battle. Dreadmaw's getting a little low. Trollhammer's dead. But if you look at the actual units on the battlefield, there's not a whole lot for either side. And the Dwarves potentially can get a lot of value with these Quarrelers, but I do have a little bit of a worry for the Dwarves. We might be singing their praises right now, but There's a lot of game left. There's a lot of game left. The Norscas have the mobility advantage. They do capture the middle point. And if they can just evenly trade for the Dwarves, they're really bad at recapturing points. The Dwarves were not made to secure points in the slightest, okay? Ooh, gyro bombers on the run. So, all the Norscans gotta do, right? Dwarves send a unit of infantry, you send a unit of infantry. Oop, oop, up, up, E, there we go. You send another, you send another. They bring in a Slayer, maybe you take 2 dogs, right? And then what effectively happens is both sides trade out evenly, but the points stay on your side. The only thing the Dwarves can do, in terms of capture weight, is either start trading upwards amazingly, which they're doing a little bit, right? They're trading decently, though not perfect. Or they lose. Maybe they can use the Master Engineers to 6 capture weight, but that's only going to stall. They need 2 points right now. A little bit of a precarious situation for sure. Troll Hammer's not in a great position either. 25 speed, they must be a little tired by the looks of it. Another Purple Sun. Devastating for the Dwarves as they can't really dodge. And a breath attack from the Chimera. I think the Dwarves not even up trading. They may be down trading now. Kind of a close game, I must say. But their late game is just not it, is it? I think if the Dwarves had the same late game units as the Norscans, they would be so much better off. But now the suffering truly begins. While the larger armies can kind of trade evenly, the smaller, more skirmishy Norscan force, they're just getting flanks everywhere. The range units are exposed. The Dread Maws just happily dancing around because it doesn't have a single range unit to punish it. The Dwarves are pushed back. GG! Dragon Stream, count me in. We're already out. We're in the semifinals right now. We did have some good dragon games though, but I was not able to beat a top player with the dragons. Though, I think it's possible. I just wasn't able to achieve it today. Good volley here though on the dogs. But yeah, that's just not enough. The Dwarves are too winded. Engineers were kind of cool, but they're not really doing much at this point. Their slows were kind of useful early on, but I think it's going to be GG. Dwarves lost their lord. Oh, dang. I guess they got Wolfric. Man, that's rough, man. But I guess Wolfric is a pretty good duelist. Flash bomb down. This is impossible, though. I'm telling you right now, if Chosen goes AFK, it would actually be kind of close for the Dwarves. I think Chosen could actually just stop moving their units, and it would be kind of sketchy. Because how do you kill this in like 3 minutes, right? With what, 2 Dwarf Warriors? Absolutely impossible. And GG. Rip the Dowie. Well played to Chosen, though. Stay in lobby for finals, please. And GG. Very nice. I would say it was actually kind of sketchy for a moment there, but the chariots were just disrupting a little bit too long. Chariots were disrupting for a little too long. Chosen did a really good job keeping them moving. Making sure that they did not die, shutting down the ranged. Chimera play was really good. Dread Maw definitely got a lot of value. It doesn't track their value properly, by the way. We got some Marauder Horsemen. They did okay. They were mostly there just for capture weight. And, yeah. The Goblin Heroes were not the best, unfortunately. Honestly, replace them with the Troll Hammer Torpedoes and maybe it's better. Let's get 2 more Troll Hammers instead of the Goblin Heroes. The Troll Hammers seem way harder to shut down because you kind of need the Chimera or the Chariots on them. I don't know how I feel about the Engineers either, but I think the slow is still good. And the range was magnificent, right? Like Skyhammer Squadron got 1900 value in like 2 seconds. That's probably the best part about the build. You might even be able to just summon it in very early on, get the bombing run and desummon it before the Chimera gets working on it. But the thing is though, it reduces the overall army size. And as we saw, Norsca does better as the armies get smaller. So unfortunately, it was not enough. GG, well played. That's going to bring us to the grand finals of today. Yes, my dragon record was 4-1. I did lose a game because I did not take dragons. But my games against the top level players, 0-2. They again too good nowadays. But it's okay. I wasn't gonna focus on focusing more on the YouTube channel rather than being a competitor. I'm not like full retiring. Chosen one, yeah, chosen one. But yeah, I'm not like full retiring, but I'm probably not going to be like super hard grinding to get #1. What do you mean by that? Top level players? I mean like the top like 3 players, all right? If you're not Danican, Charix, or Chosen, all right? I guess Berserk. Berserk is also very scary. Maybe like a scrambled egg special or attack speed enjoyer. All right, we're talking the people that like. We're talking the people at the toppiest positions. You screwing with me? I know. Or at least I had an inkling feeling. But yeah. Everyone else doesn't exist to me. Get out of here, Pope Patty. Skedaddle. I kid. Professor Pone. The people that matter. Oh man. Look, here's the thing though, right? If basically if you can beat me in a big tournament and take me out when I'm really trying to hardcore sweat, immediately you're locked in forever, man. You're locked in forever as a major threat, and I'm gonna start counterplaying you 24/7. Just imagine, man. Imagine Pope Patty. I'm just like hitting up all the top players, being like, I want to beat Bretonnia. I want Bretonnia to never win ever again. You don't want that to happen, man. What if I end up pushing the anti-Bretonian meta? That'd be terrible. Best of 9 versus Bretonnia when? Yo, this is a fun format where you ban factions until there's only 9 left and then you play those. That way you're playing Bretonnia versus all the middle range factions. It's pretty nice. Honestly, you could probably take me on in some games, especially on big maps. Like if I was playing Khorne on a big map versus Bretonnia, I don't really know how to play that. I know how to play like the armor spam on the smaller maps versus Bretonnia, but that's about it. Honestly, there's still so many gaps in my knowledge. So many knowledge gaps. No matter the map, I lose to Khorne. What? Isn't Khorne just like an easier vampire counts? What gets you? Is it the Minotaurs? What are your secrets? You've never won a single game against Bretonnia? Like, are you talking about mirrors? Oh, hell yeah, it's Charix. Ooh, here we go. The one time you beat me in Conquest on ladder. That is pretty nice. It is pretty nice. You know, considering that we were in our boss fight challenges where I was able to beat people with extreme handicaps, being able to get a win against me in a fairly normal game is already pretty good. It means you are at least able to not get hyper abused into making a million misplays. It does put you above like a lot of viewers, that's for sure. Man, I really want to do those boss fight challenges again, but I have too many videos to work on right now. Charix made it to the finals indeed. But how will it go? How will they do? If I had to put my money down, I would say this is entirely dependent on the matchup. So this is a grudge match. In the last turn grand finals, Chosen knocked Charix into 3rd place because of this. The vengeance is there. The blood is running through Charix's veins. In fact, he just messaged me saying that he is here. Destroy Chosen. Tear him apart. He said Anticity. I am Charix messaging you right now. I will destroy this man. I will break him. I just messaged back. Dang, man. You crazy. No. But seriously, though, there's going to be a little bit of grudgery. Both players are very nice. They're pleasant people to work with, but obviously very competitive. And they want to win. They want to win this because it will help them qualify for Turin's grand finals with lots of money on the line. So they're going to be trying the best. I imagine maybe they're going to try out some crazy matchups, perhaps. But generally speaking, Chosen does have one weakness, and that's that sometimes they play very unfavored matchups. Like Vampire counts into Slaanesh, right? So most of my wins against Chosen is because it's an unfavored matchup. I know how to play it, and then we just dumpster them. I think the way Charix plays it is that they like to go for the slightly unfavored matchup, and they try and pull a victory there. So potentially what we'll see is Charix just whips out the High Elves, Chosen playing something super meta like Norsca, and Charix wins it. The thing is, though, with these guys, the games are close. The games are incredibly close. Turin's hosting the grand finals. Yep. The grands. No pleasant player uses the Dreadmaw. Not a lot of pleasant players there, then. Not a lot of pleasant players. Is it on the players, though, or is it on the hosts for not banning the Dreadmaw? The real conundrums of life. Who do we blame? Surely someone must burn at the stake. Is it Creative Assembly? Or have we all partaken in the sinnery for running the Dreadmaw? It's called Grand Finals because you have to be a grandfather to host. I am a great uncle. I think somewhere in Vietnam, like 2 generations down, there's someone I think someone like my age too, but I am technically their great uncle. Yeah, I'm old, man. I'm the host. I am the host. Are you blaming me, B6? Do you dare blame me? I did not get to use the Dreadmaw today though. He ain't old. I'm ancient, man. I'm ancient. I can't. Late 20s, early 30s. Oldest person I've ever seen in my entire life. No one can be older. If you were born before 2000, you are old. Just saying a 27-year-old is old. 27 is old? Bro, how young are you, man? 27? There's people that are still in school at 27. Thank you very much. Yeah, anyone younger than you is a baby. I'm part of the, hey, if they're born after the year 2000, they're actually not even born yet. Okay, straight fetus material. I can't stand that, man. The crazy thing, though, is one day I'm probably going to have a doctor that was born after the year 2000, and I'm going to have to look at him and be like, man, my life is in your hands. I bet you didn't even play Minecraft. You don't even know what Minecraft is. And Minecraft is what I associate the kids playing right now. They're going to be like, Minecraft? You're so old. and I'm gonna puke. I can't stand it, man. I'm gonna be like, Roblox, please. Please tell me you've heard of Roblox. And they're like, oh yeah, that came out like when Pong came out, right? I think it was invented during the time of Tetris. Puke again. Ugh. Please. But that time it comes for me. I know it's coming. The only thing I can do is accept my fate. We were the kids that played Minecraft originally. I played Minecraft in the browser, man. Back when they only had creative mode. I was an OG. Okay? Those were the good old days. Every time I see the drinking age sign, it hurts and I feel old. It's okay. Being old is hype. Fun fact. Alright? While the kiddos don't say it, they all aspire to be old, okay? They all want what you have. They just don't know how bad it is. Yeah, Minecraft classic in the browser. No survival. Dude, it was sick. Those were the good old days, man. Shooting mushrooms at people? I don't remember that part. Minecraft tournament scene. Here we go. Yo, it's still doing well. Minecraft's bigger than, like, a lot of games. Don't mind being old. I mind my body aching as if it is 30 years older than I am. Apparently stretches, exercise, and what? Being healthy? Speaking of, I should stretch. Here, quick. Ooh. Don't want to too long. But yeah, if you want to feel younger though, I heard stretching is good. But man, stretching is such an old person thing. Nothing makes me feel older than like, I gotta take my 20 minutes aside to do something. Some arm raises. Nah, man. But it's good. It is good. What else is there? Honestly, that's about it. Get sleep. The worst thing is that easy, healthy living advice, like healthy living advice is so straightforward. But nobody wants to do it. Like the straightforward things, just like, yeah, exercise for 2 hours a day, don't sit down for too long, eat healthy. It's so simple. That's why people come up with the crazy stuff, man. They're like, yes, you can get healthy in 10 minutes. All you gotta do is buy this $10,000 button and press it a few times. Trust. At Anticity's age, you stretch before workouts. At my age, you stretch just to exist. Oof. Dang, man. Dang. Yeah. That's basically it, though. I can see it in my parents. It's rough, but yeah. At some point, you're not really trying to do the super hardcore exercises. That will mess you up real bad. Jiu-jitsu gym? Are you trying to get me killed? Nah, I just play Stepmania. Dude, Stepmania is great, though, alright? The cardio workout, and it's fun. The thing is, though, I'm only doing leg day. Arm day has gone down the drain. I'm not flexing on camera no more. I don't know if I can still do 20-pound curls. You must consume product. 2 hours a day, that's just slacking off. Okay, 2 hours a day of workout, and you walk to the gym. There you go, right? And like 3 hours of walking. That's 5 hours. So that means you come home from work, you exercise, and then you shower and sleep. That's it. That's your whole existence. How about a walking gaming table? Is that good? Beat Saber for hand day. The thing is, Beat Saber is all wrist. Once you get good enough, you're just doing this all the time. I don't know if that's actually great. You can play Beat Saber a bit better and be fancy with the swinging, right? Competitive Stepmania, dude, it's crazy. These guys are insane. You need like 6 hours a day. 6 hours a day. Hey, that's why you retire though. Infinite time. Infinite time to do body maintenance. Do exercises while you can. Oh my gosh, bro. The only chat more boomer than this chat is Turin's chat, man. Honestly, most of you guys come from Turin. Although, like, I kind of chose this fate. That's Total War for you. Ragnarok is drumming VR game. Ooh, that's fun. Getting out of bed is a stretch. Man. Also, are we seeing Norsca versus Slaanesh? I think we are. These guys tend to take a little while. One second. 1 second, guys. Okay, and we're back. Ooh. You've been watching Turin since the beginning? Like since Warhammer 1 or before Warhammer 1? You think kids watch/play RTS games anymore? Have you seen Clem? The old school. Although Clem's kind of older now. There's still a bunch of new kids playing StarCraft though. There's like the ones that don't know what a mothership core is. Loco talks about this all the time. But yeah, they don't play, they don't know what a mothership core is. They don't know what was it? What was that Terran mech thing? The war machine thingamajig? Oh man, I don't even remember what it is. It's been so long. But StarCraft's still pretty big RTS. Who's the oldest then? You're 38. According to my viewer statistics, we got some ancients, we got some elders. Watching streams though, I don't know. Warhound. Ah, there you go. Warhound. When's the next match? Should be soon. They've been hovering their factions for a little while. Both players sometimes take a little while to select, but should be very soon. This is the grand finals. Chosen's ready. Slaanesh versus Norsca. I haven't actually seen how Chosen likes to play Slaanesh. This will be quite revealing. I wonder if Charix is going to go for the 6 horseman strat. Generally speaking, I'll give you guys some secrets on how to do the Slaanesh action. But if you are facing 6 horsemen as Slaanesh and you go mass melee cavalry, they can't do anything, man. You take like a Melkoth to slow one down, you get the 10% speed boost, they're all dead. It's super easy to chase them to the edge of the map, and their army's always smaller than yours. So, generally speaking, because of that, I think Slaanesh is very favored, especially on such a big map. But Charix's micro is insane. First generation Slans are also watching. Hell yeah, man. You're the most powerful. Got any Lord Croaks in chat? 50 degrees, dang. You should try minis. Ooh. See. Yo, 50 degrees Celsius. There's parts of the world that get to 50 degrees Celsius. Oh, all right. They're still finagling. They should be done very soon. In general, I will say, because the matchup is favored for Chosen and Charix is not a Norsca main, I believe that this is favored for Chosen. 50 Celsius would be death. Correct. Chosen just messaged. Can one of our Slan watchers please cast the Invocation of Pizza? I'm quite hungry. It's true, they have the boomer savings. You can sell a part of your super cheap homes. It's okay. It's okay. I think a lot of generations have benefits. We get smartphones, all right? All right? Being able to be in the generation post-smartphone, post-good internet, that's where it's at. All right? Happily enjoy some slightly more expensive property for the good internet. You know how easy it is to set up a multiplayer game nowadays? It was a pain in the butt to get multiplayer way back, man. It's like, what's your IP address? Do you have Hamachi downloaded? Join my server. Ugh. Garbage. Don't want to deal with that no more. All right, so we can appreciate that. Enjoy what you have. We know Charix is. Final Transmutation. He's going to be liking that. 20% more damage on Overcast Final Transmutation. Does a whack load of damage. It's going to be a good, like what, 2,000? 2,000-ish damage? Maybe a bit more. It's 2,000 something, right? Final Transmutation is typically 66 plus 133 divided by 2 times 9, because damage is weird. That's 900 times 2 for Overcast times 1.2. I'm doing this on a calculator, by the way. That's 2,150. Let's go. Intensity can do math. And both sides go for skirmishers. So I would say this is different from how I play, obviously. You see Greenskin? You guys just hear him wog? Anyways, we have a few skirms. This is very normal. Just a few dudes. They're, yeah, they're okay. But here's the thing. Norsca is the better skirmish faction. They can do a lot with these guys. So I don't know exactly how I feel about this. It's good to contest the skirmisher fight, though. It looks like Chosen wants to spam Slongor Forsaken. Actually, not too many. Slongor Forsaken, Devoted Marauder. That's a weird one. Honestly, I think 6 Horsemen do pretty well here. Honestly speaking. But there is quite the infantry corps for Charix. Both sides, actually, with a decent amount of infantry. Gonna see a little bit of a pummeling on the Slongors. They're not good versus skirmishers. In general, they don't like cavalry. This is gonna be more Hellstriders. Hellstriders is definitely the biggest issue here. We're gonna see some Beasts of Tashnar. I never see the Beasts of Tashnar do well. But in the hands of Charix, I am ready to be surprised. Using a physical calculator, what am I gonna do? Open up my phone? Crazy. Crazy, I would never. Does that date me? Can you guys figure out how old I am because I didn't use my phone for the calculator? Or am I just a scrub? Maybe both. A little bit of a possible pick here, though, is nice. Big old charge into the javelins, too. Chosen doing pretty well. Gets a pretty nice pit of shades on the horsemen, also. But the skirmishing is generally going the way of Charix. See, berserkers are also quite nice here. Gonna see the useless Beasts of Tashnar. I swear, I really don't like the Beasts of Tashnar. This is maybe just a personal thing. I know they have the anti-large and all that, but like this unit never cooks, man. It always gets dumpstered by cavalry. Hellstrider's having the time of their lives over there. And we're seeing a very wide fight right now. Some of the Norscan Ice Wolves are getting caught by the Forsaken, though, so maybe that works out pretty well. We are seeing that big old Final Transmutation upgraded on the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. So the Deeps is all right. It's a little bit damage, but I don't think this is insane for Charix just yet. They're kind of just trading forces, but if I had to put my money down, I think the late game is definitely better for Slaanesh. I'm hiding the Abacus. Oh, you guys. All right. But the match. I would say this is slightly better for Slaanesh because they're kind of trading evenly and the Hellstriders get stronger and stronger as time goes on. A lot of the javelins are now starting to get compromised. I think Charix took a few too many range units. Seen like 6 range units here. But the Berserkers are cooking, you know, they're fighting decently. It's just I'm a little bit worried. Now, one more Final Transmutation will probably get this Chaos Sorcerer Lord to rout. That is good. And of course, there are still the Horsemen, which leaves a lot of potential for Charix. But capture points right now, it's 2-1. Most expensive Spirit Leech. I will say just chucking out the Final Transmutation is kind of wild, but this guy's pretty expensive. If you look at the Lord here, the Shaman Sorcerer of Metal, they have a solid 750 value. So they'll get like 1,500 for 2 overcasts. That is a fine amount of value. Oh, another big old Pit of Shades though. Love to see old school spells getting used once again. Lots of deeps though. And are we going to see an army wipe? Well, not quite just yet. This fight over here is still going pretty well for Charax. The Ice Wolf spam is also very good. And a very weird summon from Chosen. Look at these guys. Some Slaaneshi Chariots. Very spiky. They've reinvented the wheel. And they are rearing and ready to go. Now, what target could they possibly be looking for? Probably some Berserkers. As we've seen, the Berserkers have been giving Slaanesh a bit of a hard time here. Some Norscan Warhound Poison. Just normal doggos. Okay. Trying to chase off some cavalry. And you know what? The Chariots actually do get some pressure in. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I thought the doggos would shut them down, but not too bad over there. A little bit of damage already. 100 gold from the get-go. But there's still one major problem, which is going to be these horsemen. I do think Slaanesh is getting a pretty nice advantage, though. If you just look at the overall situation. Slaanesh is doing quite well. Yeah, let's just take a look-see, right? Suddenly, in a blink of an eye, they have 1,500 gold lead. And the Norskins, they have a bunch of low ammo skirmishers. Now, the skirmishers are really good. But the time it takes for them to get the goodness is going to be a bit long. At 600 tickets already, and the fact that Chosen could probably trade, it's going to be a little nasty. But I will say Chark still has a chance at this. If they can force a blob fight. Maybe they force a blob fight, or they keep their skirmishers alive. They come out of it with the Slaaneshi Lord dead, and then they can kite out the Forsaken. That's about the best they could possibly do here. Right now, though, one Warhound just gets murdered by the Chariots. This thing terror routes, by the way. It also heals, which is pretty nifty. And yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. This is just a little bit too much Slaanesh. Little bit too much. One horseman gets routed off, and Charx is on his way out of the game. At the end of the day, it seemed like, you know, just the magic was just a bit better, right? One big final transmutation on this Lord is not going to do super great. One final transmutation on all these units is fairly nice, but the Berserkers were just a little bit too spread out. They kind of got singled out and surrounded. And of course, Slaaneshi Infantry is super strong too. And it looks like this is probably going to be it. Yes, Slaanesh Chariots aren't the greatest. This is kind of just a nifty option. It was put in reserve too. It's kind of a nice cleanup tool, but that's about it. I think Chosen's about to show why they are one of the top players and the recent world champion. With a very decisive victory versus Charx's Norsca. I do wonder, though, if Charx was playing one of his main factions, like Hiles or something, if he'd have some crazy build. Hell, I would love to see him play Skaven. Skaven into Chosen's anything, man. But I think Charx isn't that crazy. Maybe his Skaven got banned, though. What if that happened? Ah, GG. Yeah, sorry about that, Draconic. Unfortunately, the match was a little unexciting. And good micro on both sides. There was a lot of wide plays. But Slaanesh just had the edge in every single way, right? The Slaaneshi Forsaken did really well. The Hellstriders did really well. Even got some pretty good skirmisher value, which is always a surprise. They can be a little expensive, but the Norscan army was just not super well set up to deal with this. So take a look at the number of range units. We have 7 range units to start here. So if Slaanesh just pumps out melee, they're just going to overwhelm this. That's why the Javelins did not do super great. The doggos, I hate these dogs, man. Charx tried running them, and they did not do well. Now, maybe in other matches they do pretty good. But yeah, very little value there. I guess the Skin Wolves did worse, though. So it could just be a build situation. And yeah, that's going to be it. There you go. GG. Yeah, very hard to just go toe-to-toe against Slanesh mobility. Well played to Chosen. Let me message. Congrats, Chosen, on the win. Very nice play. Very terrifying player. And that's gonna be it for us today. It's been a solid stream, people. It was nice feeling old with all of you. And hopefully, Slanesh gets nerfed sometime soon. I think Slanesh has been meta for the better part of 2 years now. Maybe 3. You promised 5.
As promised, the CHF5/ the hate watching was worth it.
Hell yeah. Thank you very much for the Swiss francs. Swiss francs, right? I'm locking it in. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Still got it. Slanesh OP, please nerf. Honestly, what were your options, Charix? What were your options? Are Marauder Bearmen good in tourneys? They're very good in tournaments. Less so versus Slanesh, though. Thanks for the tourney, no problem. It was fun having you. Very fun watching you guys play. But yeah, what led you to Slanesh Norsca? Do you think you can beat Slanesh with Skaven? I don't know. Maybe we don't get Charix to spill their secrets. But now, I bid you all adieu. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Peace, peace.